live because I should have had this going. There we are. Yep, it looks like we are live. Awesome. Welcome back, everybody, to the Contact with Dandelion. Last time, our party fought a troll. And they managed to slay the troll and process about half of it, which was stored in a really found part. And they found cute little baby Moomin who is right there on the screen. Green. Say hi to baby Moomin, everybody.
Hello.
Hi, baby Moomin.
So they're please mute your Discord, everybody.
I'm pretty sure it's muted. I can double check.
So they arrived in town and they spoke with the local guild, with the local merchants guild, who told them all the weird goings on in town, and they have been put up in the nicest inn in town. And today they get the chance to either go visit the merchants' quarters or try to offload the baby and the now 100 pounds of troll meat that is growing in their cart. So you've started the day down at breakfast. Everybody make a perception check.
All right.
Alrighty. Oh no, I don't want to persuade anything. It's the same modifier, but there we are. Boom.
Of course, my perception is fantastic when it's not important, as usual.
Felicia, I might need you to roll for Molly if you can.
Okay.
Awesome. So, Matt, Togepi, and Dr. Honeydew, as you're eating your breakfast, you hear a horrible squeak coming from Moomin's direction. And when you look over, he's caught a rat about the size of a Yorkshire Terrier, and he is moving it to his mouth. What do you do?
Oh, gosh.
So Moomin's about to eat a rat?
Yep, he's caught a big rat, and he's about to eat it.
If no one else stops him, I would let him eat it.
I wasn't going to stop him.
All right.
Do I notice anything else about it? Or
It's just a big rat, and it's fighting for its life in Moomin's grip because apparently he's very, very strong.
Okay, well.
It's biting him a couple times, but the wounds just keep healing up.
Well,
I mean,
okay.
if it isn't Moomin, it would be a cat. So that's fine.
All right, nobody stops.
Enjoy Moomin.
So Moomin starts munching on the rat with a sickening crunch, gets to the back legs and just kind of slurps up the tail like it's a bit of spaghetti. And then he giggles, burps, and a little bit of acid comes out and splashes on the floor, sizzling, leaving a burn.
Neat.
Yes, Moomin has now effectively had his breakfast. His foster parents have allowed him to eat rats. All right, what would you guys like to do today?
I'm going to go up to the innkeeper. I'm going to see whether or not they have any wood they'd like me to try to chop for them.
To chop?
Yeah.
Like wood?
Yeah.
Well, you can always ask her.
Well, that's what I'm going to do.
All right. You are unpaused, so you can move.
Okay. Where would I go? Over the table, clearly. Good morning. Just wondering if you have any wood or anything that you need to chop, or maybe any other tasks that need doing.
She looks at you and goes, "Well, we don't use wood here so much except for the fireplace, and that's delivered by a local man. The rest we have is charcoal for the kitchens."
No other tasks that need doing?
Not particularly. We've already cleaned up for the day. You can always clean your rooms, but I can't let you into the other people's rooms.
Right. All right, well, thank you.
She nods and smiles and eyes the spot of acid that's burning into the wood.
That's Troll Mama's problem. That's not my problem.
All right. Anybody else want to do anything?
Hmm.
No, this is the next morning, right?
Yes, you are well rested this morning.
Okay.
There was some commotion last night with
Yes.
a dead guy. I want to have a look out the window and see what's going on in town.
Well, you are on the basement, are on the main floor. There is no windows on the main floor, but you can go
Ah.
out the door.
I too would like to investigate.
Peek out the door. Just a peek out the door.
Okay, give me one moment here. So, when you
Where's
peek
the
out
door?
the door, you notice that the I'll let you guys move over to the door.
That's it. This seems like a good peek place.
So you notice that the top of the gallows is still broken, and there are guards standing watch. And a lot of people are very nervous walking through the square. There's a lot of muttering and glances at the gallows, but there is no body that was once there.
Now, I'm just trying to remember here. Was the body talking, or did he just come back?
So he came back, he laughed, and he attacked the guards, killing 2 and turning 2 into zombies. And yes, he did talk.
Right. Okay.
Yep. And he had a big, horrible tongue.
Yes.
Any idea what could have happened there? Like what he turned into? I don't think he had that kind of big, horrible tongue in life.
No, I don't think so. Would that be an Arcana check or Insight or?
You can try.
Arcana, probably.
I'll try Insight because that would have a better chance. Oh my goodness! As always, it's important. Brain in hand.
Are you the only 2 that want to check?
I too would like to check.
All right.
I gotcha.
Matt, you'll have to roll Arcana. I think you rolled Insight.
Oh no, I rolled Arcana.
Okay.
Oh, wait, is I supposed to roll Arcana instead of Insight?
Oh yeah, sorry. You Usagi, roll Arcana.
Oh, well, that's even worse. So
So
I care even less.
and Felicia, if you want to roll for your character because you rolled
sure.
for Dr. Honeydew. So Molly, you would know that undead are uncommon, especially how that individual came back. But you don't know anything about that particular kind of undead. You do know that you would have to look up a little bit of information about it, and the best place to do so may be the Mage's Quarter.
Then I suppose we go there.
All right. Is that where you guys want to go?
Sure. I think we also have stuff that we theoretically want to sell or buy or anything like that.
So are you taking Moomin in your cart with you?
I'm looking to troll mama.
Sure.
I mean, it's the best idea is going to be to keep him close, regardless.
All right. All right. So you leave from the busy square. You retrieve your cart and you make your way towards the Mage's Quarter. The Mage's Quarter is probably one of the most colorful places any of you have ever seen. As you progress down the road, you notice even the bricks are becoming different colors, different shapes, and different materials. Not all together, just completely different and random in different spots. In fact, as you're going by, you see a small group of children clad in robes who are changing the bricks individually for practice.
Aha.
As you continue into the Mage's Quarters, you see one of the storefronts explode. And several patrons come running out. And one comes running out, and he's covered in what looks like dark blue teddy bears. And he's screaming, dark blue teddy bears. And he screams, "Get them off me! Get them off me!" before he starts glowing like a light bulb and then explodes in a shower of light and sparks.
Oh,
and
dear.
let me activate the screen.
Uh,
The teddy bears fall off the man, and they turn to you. I can hear myself.
whoops.
Okay. And they turn to you, raise their hands, and start approaching. Everybody roll initiative.
Oh, great.
Oh, no.
Wonderful. Just the best. Okay. It should be this, I think.
Oh, it's not letting me.
Give me 1 second. I got to
Sorry.
put you all
Why
into
are you
combat.
upset about my freaking aspect ratio? Go away. Goodness. Wait a minute. This was initiative, I thought. No, it's inspiration. Hang
Oh,
on.
there.
Initiative.
There we go.
Normal. There it is.
Oh, mine didn't roll, did it? Hang on. Let's do it now. Initiative.
Hug bears.
Ooh. Yep, they
Hug
are called
bears.
hug bears.
They
Oh.
escaped from the
They
Build-A-Bear.
came out of a local store. You haven't got to investigate what kind of store it is.
Right. Obviously, it's a Build-A-Bear, and these all went a little bit too far.
Yes, a magical Build-A-Bear.
Yes.
All right, up
Clearly.
first is this guy right here. And he's going to run towards you. He uses his whole action to run. And that moves us to Usagi's turn. What are you
Okay.
going to do?
I wish I had brought my mouse. This would make looking at everything a lot easier. Because I can't look to the right at all at the layout of the land here. So, all right. So we have this guy who's closest. Well, I don't really fancy getting blown up by any of them. I
That
guess.
seems like a
let's-
drag, yeah.
Hang on a second. I do have some things. Now, is bless? That's an action. Well, I guess I'm gonna bless everybody. Let's see if we can make this work, because I tried this last time and it didn't work. Cast spell. Okay. So that, in theory, has now cast, and I tried to cast it on the other 3 players.
So, okay. So your other 3 get a +4 on when they make an attack roll or saving throw. Awesome.
Right. Yep.
All right. So you guys get +4 on your attack rolls.
Awesome.
All right. Is there anything else you want to do, Usagi?
Do I see if I have any bonus actions? I don't think I have any cantrips. So I don't think there's anything else I can do. Let me check features in case there's something.
You have 2 cantrips, Vicious Mockery and Prestidigitation.
Oh, okay.
But they're
They're
both
not,
require an action.
right, they're not listed as under bonus actions, so that's why I was looking. I don't know if Bardic Inspiration, that's a bonus action. My others through stirring words or music. Use a bonus action turn on your turn to choose one creature other than yourself within 60 feet of you who can hear you. I am probably going to use then the Bardic Inspiration on who of all of us? On Rockstar, so that he can try
Ooh.
to do some more distance attacks here.
Okay.
Nice. All right.
All right. Is that all you're going to do?
Yeah, I think it's all I can do, really.
All right. So, Matt, you get an additional +3 on your attack rolls since it's or on your spell rolls. So,
Yep, you got a +7 in total for that.
all right. So next up is another hug bear, and he's going to run as quickly as he can to all of his new favorite friends. And this one is going to do the same. In fact, every single one is just going to run to you as if they're the happiest things in the world.
Huzzah.
Which one is this one?
You needed to...
I put too many on here.
Oh, dear.
And now it is Togepi's turn.
All right. I guess I might go up to one and try and stab, but I don't know if I can get close enough yet.
Didn't you have a blessed bow
whoops.
that gives you like a +1? Was that you that got it?
I think that was
Spellbound.
But I don't have any arrows.
for short bows right now. I'm not going to require you to have arrows. I probably will later, but you can go ahead and just use them.
Okay. All right. I have made a mistake. I can't move without Honeygold.
Oh.
Dang it.
I will
That
move her
was-
back to where
Oh,
she is. You
I
can just move where you're going to
appreciate
move.
Actually, I guess I might as well just use my short bow if I can use it from here.
You
I
can.
would like to shoot it at the bear that's, I guess, closest to me. I don't know where to describe it.
Yep, I see where you're pointing at because I can see
Yeah,
your
this
point.
one here.
All right, go ahead and click on your attack.
Whoops. Oh, I don't have it in my. Dang it. Oh,
You not-
here, 1 second. I don't have it in my hotbar. There we go. Oh, it's not letting me. Your controlled actor, Dr. Honeygold, does not have an item with.
Oh dear.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and roll it.
I'm sorry.
Okay. So you hit and you do damage.
Yay.
And that bear takes the arrow through its chest and just falls to the ground, little bits of stuffing coming out.
Oh.
Huzzah!
So that one is dead. Anything else you'd like to try?
I don't think so.
You don't have any
All
cool
right.
bonus actions or anything?
I don't think so.
Molly, it is now your turn. Molly,
Uh-oh. Did we lose Molly?
we might have lost Molly. Did she get kicked? Oh, she got kicked. There you.
Oh no.
Got you. I got you back on stage, Molly. For some reason, you got
Okay,
kicked.
it might have been. There might have been some weirdness when I was like switching browsers because Microsoft Edge was telling me that it was going to explode, so I needed to get it back on Chrome.
Ew, you use Edge?
Ugh.
Yeah.
I mean, you used it for something other than installing another browser? Oh, ew. Anyway, what would you like to do, Molly?
I would like to use Firebolt on the nearest bear.
So I guess that would be this one in the top, near the top.
Looks like it.
Okay.
Not magic missile or anything?
Oh yeah, I do have that.
Yes, you do.
Well, it would be a hit if you do Firebolt.
I'm gonna stick with Firebolt.
All
Okay.
right.
You shoot a firebolt at the bear. It immediately bursts into flames,
Yeah, bears are flammable, full of polyester and stuff.
and it burns
Where are the
to a
cans here,
small
everybody?
pile of ash. Let me find where he is on here. Where are you at? So he is dead, and I'm just going to go ahead and delete him.
Yes. The fewer
Oh,
bears we have to deal with, the better.
All right. Where did he go? I should have made these guys different colors.
Yes,
All right.
probably. That would have made your life a lot easier.
So
They could have
this
been Care Bears.
10, 20, 30, 40. So that one's going to run straight up to Matt, and he's just looking up at him. He's about a foot high.
Oh,
And now it is Matt's turn.
Uh-oh. Okay. Right, well. If I remember right, I do have some kind of melee weapon. I have a couple of melee weapons.
You do.
I think. Oh, I've got that lovely new short sword.
You do.
So I'm gonna draw that and try and chop the bear in half.
Go for it.
Attack. I don't know what that did. Attack. There we are.
You might have to click it
normal.
under the.
Okay,
there you go.
Got it. Yeah. So blessed. That would be. Okay. So. Okay, I don't think the bless is working.
It's something's weird going on with the system today. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I don't know how to make it work.
So
yeah, you should have
D4.
There we go. You had to click attack under the short sword, like in your inventory.
Okay. Right,
Okay.
okay, got it.
So that hits, and you slice it to pieces, and the bear just falls apart.
All right.
Huzzah! I would like not to blow up today.
That's 3 of the bears down. Anything else you wanted to do, Matt?
Yeah. Oh, I think was it here?
Yeah, it was right in front of you. It's dead.
It was that was in front of Arnie. That wasn't in front of me.
So I'm just gonna move you right there.
Let's say I was here.
I don't know why Arnie. I get you guys mixed up. Okay.
And then we have a few more in sprinting range.
Well, if you moved once and you attacked, you can't really move again.
Okay. Bonuses. I don't really. Oh, I have one bonus action, but I'm not going to use it just yet.
All right.
So there we are. That'll be me.
All right. So this other one right here, he's going to
unsettlingly scuttle towards us, I assume.
They're running like you would think a stuffed toy would run. Its knees doesn't bend. It just kind of skips its way to you while it's holding its arms out like it wants a hug.
Oh, dear.
Oh, wait, and then I remember it explodes. No.
Well, no, they explode you.
Yeah, they don't explode themselves, but you're not sure exactly how that works yet.
Not in no good way.
So all these bears are running towards you as fast as they possibly can. And right before it gets back to the first one, you see a few more jump out of the shop. Well, they seem to die in one hit, so.
Yep, we don't actually know what their HP is. It's just relatively low.
Oh, it's extremely low. Let's see here. I'm going to roll all NPCs. All right. Now you got a few more to worry about. So this one has run right up to our glowing paladin, but he ran too far to actually do anything.
Oh, thank goodness.
Now it is our paladin's turn.
Okay, let me think. I'm not sure if they kill you if they touch you, is the thing.
Well, that guy didn't die immediately. They were already hugging him. He had about 4 on him.
I mean, I can certainly try Warhammer smiting, or, Warhammer smacking him, but I also tend to biff these, so let me try. Oh, okay, thank goodness. My fear is inspiring me.
Yep, you smash it to pieces and stuffing goes everywhere.
Yay. Knowing that I have not survived technically any of the encounters so far, I'm just sort of measuring it against my...
Do you have any bonus actions you want to try?
Do I have anything that I can try? It actually is the question as far as bonus
I think if you
action.
use Bardic Inspiration again, it will cancel out the last one, won't it?
Yeah, I think so. So I don't think I have anything else that I can do as a bonus action.
All right.
Yep, so that'll be it.
We're going to move on to our hug bears.
Oh, dear.
This one's going to run up to you. And this one's going to run right up to Matt.
Mm-hmm.
That one's going to run. They're pretty much all going to run until they get up to you.
Yay.
They're just so excited to see you.
Yeah, what a delight.
Togepi, it is now your turn.
All right. I think I'm probably going to do the same thing as last time. The short bow, what's the range on that?
You can hit anything that's on the screen.
Oh, awesome. I'd like to hit the bottommost bear
Okay.
with my short bow. I think I figured out how to deselect the dock, so here.
Okay. That was a critical failure.
Oh
So
boy.
Oh,
you
dear.
drop your bow and you don't hit the bear.
Sorry, y'all.
All right, Molly, it is your turn.
Well, see, now Chrome is telling me that it's going to explode, so the screen isn't entirely updated yet, but I would like to once again cast Firebolt on the closest bear.
Can do. Let's see here.
Oh, there they are. Okay.
All right. That is a hit. Your fireball whiffs right by it and takes off its arm, but it's not quite dead yet.
They shudder of fear.
They have absolutely no fear. It doesn't even act like it hurt.
No, it's a shudder of fear for me.
Matt, it is your turn.
Well, I think, given the very fluffy situation in front of me, I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to again try and shank one of them
Okay, go ahead.
with the attack.
You have to go into your inventory, click on the item. Yeah, there you. Well, nope.
There we are. Got it.
That's
Huh.
that's
So I'm
just telling you
clicking-
your attack. Let's roll hit damage.
Alrighty.
There we go. I got it.
There we are.
The one right in front of you.
Yeah, the one right in front of me.
All right, you cleave it in two, and it just falls to the ground dead.
And now things are looking quite peaky.
Yes.
So I am going to Misty Step away from all of these bears,
All right.
Probably a good idea.
which is 30 feet in a direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4,
Once it turns yellow, that's too far.
5, 6. All right, so it should be there. I'm gonna pop down here.
Ah, yes, the age-old
With
strategy of hide behind the elves.
Yep, to the Misty Step.
All right. All right.
And then I think I can move.
You still have 30 feet of movement, so
In which case, I will.
once it turns red, that's too far.
Yeah, in that case, I'm not going to go super far. I'm just going to pop here.
Okay.
So I've got a good view. I'm not behind the elves anymore.
All right. Moving on to the Hugbears. That one's going to run right for the Paladin.
Oh, no.
That one's also going to run for the Paladin.
Of course they are. I'm the glowy one.
This one's going to run for Matt.
Oh.
This one's just going to run for the group in general. That's the one I just moved. There we go. Where are you at? There you are. This one's going to run right for Dr. Honeygold. This one's going to run for the group. And just as the turn's about to turn over, a few more jump out.
Yeah, guys, we're going to have to...
It does look like at this point the store is empty.
Okay.
I mean, you haven't even been hit by one yet.
Okay. I'm
If
just
we
worried if
barricade
I
the
do-
door, we can burn down the entire building and all the bears with it.
Except that there's apparently nothing else inside the building, so we'll just be burning it out of spite. If you want to do it, if you want to do that,
All right. Well, luckily it is Usagi's turn.
Okay. I don't think I have the multi-attack thing where I can do a sweeping attack.
You do not.
All right. I was gonna take it and then I didn't, so I can't attack more than one. So I can. I don't know if I want to waste a thunder wave though, because there's more coming. Oh, oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, I guess I really just have the Warhammer and nothing else I can do.
Ooh, critical failure. You drop your hammer.
Oh no, the fear is getting to me.
All right. This one runs over to Molly. And he attempts to hug her.
Don't let it hug you.
Which it looks like it hits, but it does no damage. But give me 1 second here. Molly, you gain 4 temporary hit points.
Oh. Oh, don't let him hug you.
So just a note, well, I'm not actually going to tell you. You guys get to figure it out.
Yeah. Well,
How do I
out
put
of game,
that?
I'm telling you, don't let them hug you.
This I've already put it on your sheet, Molly.
Okay.
There's a little spot on your character sheet that says temp right under your health. You just put it in there.
Oh,
And this one ran up to our glowing paladin. And he's going to try to hug him. Which he does.
Ah.
You gain 4 temporary hit points.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead and add those temporary hit points.
Okay, how do I... Let me see over here. So I click on this, and then I type in, I guess, 38?
You type in 4 on where it says plus temp.
Oh, plus 10. Okay, so 4. Enter.
Mhm.
Okay. I think that works.
Okay. Yep. This one is going to run as far as it can to get to Molly. Where's this one? This one doesn't want Togepi to feel left out, so it's going to run to her.
man.
And now it is Togepi's turn.
Okay.
Was it you or Molly who dropped your bow last turn?
Wasn't it Togepi?
I dropped the bow.
Okay, you can use your bonus
I don't
action to
think I
pick your
have
bow
a
back
bow.
up.
Oh. Okay. Then I will do that. But I'm gonna stab it with Stabby.
Okay.
The one in front of me, I mean.
All right. It dies. You basically turned it into a pile of stuffing and shredded pieces.
Huzzah!
Sweet. And then I pick up my bow.
Okay. All right. These guys back here get to run. They're going to run towards the further groups. And Molly, it is your turn. You are surrounded by hug bears.
I would like to I would like to evacuate, but I don't want to leave people. So I'm going to just try and get some distance away
Okay.
from them.
Where would you like to move?
Probably closer to Farm Boy.
Okay. How about right about here? And you notice that the bears don't try to attack you as you move away. They just continue waddling towards you.
Is there one still clinging to me?
No, they aren't hugging you like grappling you. They just kind of lean up against you, and they don't even have fingers. It's just standard bare hands, just flat little nubs.
Okay.
So they can't. That they can climb up to you and hold on to you, but you can pull them off with no problem.
Did I do that with the first one?
Yes, we'll just say you did that.
Okay. Yay.
All right. Moving on to the next ones. He's going to run down to everybody down here because they look so lonely. And Matt, it is now your turn.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I was perfectly content with being alone, but
That is not allowed.
Okay, well,
The elves are playing a game of hide behind the human.
let's
Get in front. Your lives are shorter anyway.
I'll try this. I'll try this one more time here.
Okay.
So I click the attack button in the foundry.
Yes, in your character sheet. So you just
Right.
click on your weapon and then click attack. And I think you can put the attack on your hotbar.
So
Okay, that's your
okay, I
attack.
can do
Now
that, but
hit damage. That's right under the attack button.
damage.
It's
Normal.
in the... Yep. Okay. You
Alright.
slice it, and it just... I'm assuming the one right next to you.
Yeah, the one right next to me.
Right? You slice it, and it just dies. It just falls to pieces.
And I think, given the number, I'm gonna. Oh, hang on. Am I? Yes, I am. I'm gonna move just sort of here-ish. I'm gonna move down here.
I find it funny nobody's thought to try to identify these things. Does anybody actually have identify magic?
I don't think I
No.
do. Let me double check.
Wait,
The
I
bears or the things on the floor that I just
I
stepped on?
The bears.
Yeah, the closest
Okay,
thing I
good.
could do would be Arcana. But I have a -1 on that, knowing me.
Molly actually does have detect magic.
Oh, okay.
I think
How much of a distance am I at?
it takes 30. You have to be within 30 feet of it. It'll tell you what they are. It'll tell you the school of magic, if any, and it penetrates barriers. Yeah, so it'll just tell you the general idea of what is going on with these things. But it's
All
not
right.
your turn. It's still Matt's turn. Well, Matt, I take it you're
Yeah.
done?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm
Okay.
done.
We got some more hug bears. So this one tries to hug the paladin. What's your armor class?
Hang on a second. 18.
Oh, he misses.
Yay!
This one's going to run down to join the little foursome down here. Which one are you? This one is going to try to hug the paladin.
Of course.
And it hits.
With giving me another +4, I assume, temporary hit points.
Yep, another +4 temporary.
All right, I got 8 temporary hit points then.
All right. Everybody notices that the paladin is glowing a little brighter than he was before.
Yeah, I know.
Uh-oh.
This one's going to run right down to Matt. You can't escape their love.
We can sure try.
This one's going to run right to Togepi. And it's going to try to hug her. What is your armor class, Togepi?
19.
It hits.
Dang.
You gain 4 hit points, or 4 temporary hit points.
All right.
And the last one of this round is going to run right up to Matt. And it is back to our paladin's turn.
Okay, I'd like to jump, if I could, from here to, like, here.
Are you not going to get your hammer first?
Shoot. I guess I can pick it up.
Okay. All right. Try to go where you're trying to go.
All right.
They are small. You can just walk over them. They're only a foot high.
All right, so maybe, like, here. And I'm sure I'm going to get attack of opportunity from at least... Unless I don't think they're all on me, so whichever one isn't on me.
But this one was attached to you, so he comes with.
Right.
The others weren't.
Okay. Well, I guess now I can try Thunder Wave.
Okay.
And that should at least scatter quite a few of them, I hope.
In a 15-foot cube. Let's take a look here.
And or possibly kill them. Because they have to make, I think, a DC 13 Constitution saving throw. So
a 15-foot cube originating from you. So that's everything directly around you.
Yep.
So that's only going to hit this one that came with you.
Wait, what?
It's
The
a
other ones.
yeah, a 15-foot cube centered on you would be the squares all adjacent to you. That would be 15 feet.
Ah, well, in that case, I'd have to set this up differently. Where in the world? Because, all right, am I allowed to be here? I guess. I mean, I have the movement
You
for
can.
it. So. Okay, and then cast it, I guess.
Well, let's see here. So that would include. Yep. Let me move these guys. Got to get back into token control. And dang it, it won't let me move it now.
I play
Okay.
Baldur's Gate. Usually it tells me how much I don't have to calculate it.
Place measurement template. All right, there we go. All right, so it's going to hit these two right here, both of which just kind of rip to pieces and die.
All right.
So, all right. Let me remove that template. All right, moving on to the next one's turn. Where are you at?
Oh, does that mean my temporary hit points go away?
It didn't hurt you, so
Oh, okay.
I don't know why you think it would. This
I
one
was
runs
just sort of
over to you,
hoping that.
and he tries to hug you, which he does.
Oh dear.
You gain another 3 temporary hit points.
Mm-hmm.
What are your temporary hit points at currently?
I have +9 temporary hit points at the moment.
All right.
Wait a minute. Hang on. It was 4 and 4 and 3, right? So that should actually be
11.
11. Hang on, let me fix that.
Okay.
My brain.
This one's going to run up to you. And he tries to hug you, but you just kind of bat him away with your foot.
Yay.
Togepi, it is now your turn.
All right. I would like to use Stabby to stab the bear on top of me.
Okay.
Oh, dang it.
These bears are so confused, they just want you to love them.
There we go.
It hits, and the one in front of you is much like the first one that you got rid of, and it just falls to pieces.
All right.
All right. Moving on to the next group of bears. This one right next to Matt. He's going to give him a hug. You gain 1 extra temporary hit point.
Uh,
What are your temporary hit points at?
well, 1.
Cool. That one runs up to you, but it was too far of a run, and he's tired, so he can't hug you. Molly, it is now your turn.
I cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
And then I run.
So, when you cast Detect Magic, you can't tell any particular school of magic, but you can feel nothing but positive energy flowing off of them, the very basis of all healing magic. Roll an Arcana check for me. Well, I had to roll that for you because you're not in here. So you would know from stories that if you become saturated with too much positive energy, you will explode. In game terms, that would be if you reach temporary hit points equal to your maximum hit points. And you
What's
can
my
choose
maximum?
whether your maximum is 20.
Okay.
And you can choose whether or not to share that information with everybody.
I do that. I do
Go
share
ahead.
the information.
All right. Role play it for me, please.
Okay. All right. So it looks like they are positive energy, but if they give you too much positive energy, they will explode you.
Oh, wonderful. Great.
So what are we supposed to just
Oh.
stab ourselves or?
You can, if you could just get rid of them, they'll.
Oh, I meant to roleplay. I'm sorry.
Oh, you that could technically work. If you get too close, you could technically
Okay.
wound yourself or each other.
Right.
Molly, where did you want to move to?
I'm kind of cornered. Let's see. Probably out of the corner, and
Okay.
then as close as I can get to that red box on the bottom.
You can get right on the red box on the bottom.
Ah, yeah, boy.
Also, welcome Jack Easter.
Jack
Oh,
Easter?
right. Yep, in the comment in the chat.
Oh, nice.
I try to keep an eye on it. All right. So this hug bear over here is concerned that Molly is getting away with no hugs, so he's going to run over to her. And this one is also going to run down to her. Matt, it is now your turn.
Oh boy.
Question, how high is the box?
How high is the box?
Yeah.
These are just tiles you're standing on.
Ah, boo.
They're just different colors.
I thought I was safe.
You're never safe from their love.
Speaking's a free action, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Before I do anything, can I try and say, "Wow, bears! I feel so much better."
You can.
Do they
The
do
bears
anything?
just the bears just kind of wave their little hands.
Ah.
That they acknowledge what you said, but they don't seem any different.
I think someone's spell might have gone a little bit wrong.
Possibly.
A little bit very wrong. So I'm going to have to just try and cut a bear off me.
Okay. I think it was the one up top of you that hit you last time.
All right. Just going to have to try and just cut him off me.
Okay.
Oh. Actually. No, yeah, I will cut him off me.
Okay.
All right, so it will do that.
Okay.
Oh, hello.
And roll damage.
That's a critical hit,
Okay.
which does less than the other hits I did, but that's fine.
You basically do what Stabby did and reduce it to ribbons and stuffing.
Okay, and so that was the only one on me.
Yep.
Right.
Sorry, Jack, for getting your name wrong. My monitors aren't as big as they should be.
I'm going to pop back just to here.
Okay.
Get some distance between me and them. And then I think I might... No, I'm not going to do that. All right. And then that's it.
All right.
That's my lot.
So this one right here runs down to our paladin and tries to give him a hug, but he misses. You have a very high armor class. You're very hard to hit.
Yay.
And the bears are like, you're very hard to love.
That's fine. I guess keep flocking over here, bears.
And that one misses you as well.
That's okay. Keep flocking over here, guys.
You are glowing.
Yes.
And that one misses as well. It is now Usagi's turn.
Okay. That's me. Well, I think I could hit him with another Thunder Wave.
Okay.
All right. Because that should get all these guys.
Yep. You thunder wave, and they all just basically disintegrate into nothing.
Woot. Okay.
Oh,
4 left.
Togepi, it is your turn.
All right. I would like to use my bow, shoot the bear that's the kind of down and diagonal from me.
All right, go ahead.
Um,
All right, you hit. The arrow basically zips right through him, pulls him along, and he gets stuck in this stump over here. All right. Did you want to move anywhere?
no, I'm good.
Okay. This one runs over to Matt, and he tries to give him a hug. What's your armor class, Matt?
It is 14, I believe, but I'll double check. Oh, no, it got it at 13. But that I think is because I did not add that +1 studded leather, so it should be 14.
Okay. Well, it hits you anyway. You gain an additional 3 temporary hit points. Molly, it is your turn.
Right, I've corrected that now. Additional 3.
Do I have a hot pepper on me?
Do you do have hug bears around you? You have 2 of them.
No, do I have a hot pepper on me?
A hot pepper? Yes, in your component bag.
How do I just have one?
You have up to 10. The components are interchangeable in your component bag.
Oh, let's go. All right. I would like to consume one of those and give myself dragon breath and then run.
Okay. Dragon's Breath is an action. So you now have the ability to use Dragon's Breath. Where would you like to run?
Halfway between where I am now and where Rockstar is.
Okay.
We will never use anybody's names except for Dr. Honeygold.
All right. That makes this bear next. He runs after Molly, just kind of tottering along. He ran a little bit too far, and he can't really do much. But this guy right here runs up to her and gives her a hug. And it hits. You gain an additional 4 temporary hit points. You are up to 8. All right. It is now Usagi's turn.
All right, let's see.
Oh, no, it's Matt's turn. Sorry. Almost skipped him.
All right. In that case, well, I've got one on me.
Yep.
So he needs a bit of a stab.
Okay.
So I will do that.
Okay. It hits.
Alrighty, and then a little cheeky.
So you clip off about half of its body, but it's still holding on to you.
Oh no! Oh no!
I take it you don't want to go anywhere?
Probably not, unless I can try and throw it off me with a bonus.
Make an athletics check.
Athletics. You'd think as a farm boy I would be quite athletic.
You would think so.
You would think. However,
Hmm.
my totally normal non-warlock magic. Oh, that's not bad. That's better than I thought it would be.
Yep. You managed to throw him off. He's just kind of
Nice.
crawling after you like a zombie, but he's still a teddy bear.
Nice. All right. Well, in that case, I'm going to just. I will head. Gonna head sort of up. Is that too far? It's not too far. That's too far.
Yep.
I'm gonna head there.
Head to me. Head to me. I'll breathe. I'll breathe on them.
Just it. I'm getting a better angle on you.
All right.
Don't
It
worry,
is-
Doc. I'm with you.
It's now our paladin's turn.
Alrighty. Why do I have? Is this the Thunderwave thing? Okay, let me see if I can get it. Can I? Hello. Can I jump to here? Yes.
That would still just hit one.
Well, can I? I can do this. Although it doesn't matter. I can only do one anyway. I can only hit one anyway.
Well, that would move you too far to do an action because that would count as a sprint.
Oh, okay. Let me move myself back. Well, in that case, I'm just gonna Warhammer the nearest one to me.
Okay. You basically pulp him.
No one touches the person who
Bring
saved
me
me
the
from death twice. No one does that.
Bring me the bears and I shall kill them.
All right. It is Togepi's turn.
I'm just gonna shoot the bear directly below me
Okay.
with my bow.
All right. Let's see here.
Oof.
You hit. It dies.
Yay.
Yeah.
And that brings it to Molly's turn. What would you like to do, Molly?
I would like to breathe fire on them,
Let me throw
on the
that.
bears that are closest to me. However many there are. I
There's
can't
only one
see.
right
My
there in
thing's
front of you.
not-
There's only one,
like
but
it.
you might as well gloriously.
Oh, okay.
Let me bring up your character sheet because I didn't have the U's on there. Let's see here. Okay, I did not get that. This must be messed up from that update I did. All right, we're just going to say you blow a gout of fire across it and it just disappears in a puff of smoke. That will be combat over. You have effectively destroyed all the teddy bears that were trying to hug you.
Rah! Yay.
And you all came off a bit healthier than normal. You all have a
Okay.
nice radiant glow.
Is there anyone in that shop, or did they get blown up too?
That appears to be the man who ran out and blew up in a shower of sparks and light.
I mean,
But he does seem to have an assistant in there.
Okay.
Would you like?
I was going to say free stuff, but I guess
The guards are already encroaching in
nah.
because you guys weren't the only ones fighting bears that were making people explode.
Okay, well in that case, new tactic. We
Let
demand
us speak to the
compensation.
man.
Who do you want to demand compensation from?
Well, I mean, if the dude exploded, all we have to go off of is the assistant.
The assistant owns nothing in the store.
That's okay. The person who did own everything blew up, so it should be easier.
I asked him what happened.
He looks from the paladin demanding money with his hand out, and then he looks to the dark elf, who seems much kinder and more parental, and says, "It was a creation of my boss. He wanted to make something for the hospitals. They were meant to be soothing. They were meant to be healing. I have no idea. It's beyond me. I've only been working here for like 2 months."
That's fine. I'm not holding you personally responsible.
Well, they were soothing and healing to an extent. They were.
And the guards move over, is like, "Man, we're going to need you to move along. We have to question him."
Well, I mean, I feel like we should be compensated for the fact that we were troubled
We are
by this
also
person's
doing that.
reckless and willful intent to cause a disturbance. Not this young man, of course, the one who blew himself up. But I mean, his store is still here, so.
The guard eyes you and says you'll have to file a grievance with the sheriff.
I will.
Oh,
You
not
better
a
believe I
grievance.
will.
I'm questioning him for science.
The guard says, we can't allow you to question anyone in the mage's quarters due to decrees by the local lord.
I see. Very well. I will have to find someone else.
What a
Question
bunch
for
of
science.
fascists.
Thank you.
All right. You guys want to continue on into the mage's quarter?
Yes.
Okay. As you continue walking, you pass several different stores. You notice that life is slowly returning to the mage's quarter. There are animals walking everywhere, flying, crawling, slithering. There are mages, both wizard, sorcerer, and just any form of spellcaster aside from warlock, walking around in bright, colorful clothing, in large, ostentatious hats. They're all wearing bandoliers of what look like components for spells. Some are even sitting at little tables in cafes, trading them back and forth like people do with comic books and trading cards. You notice that there are also a couple of fights breaking out, which happen to be fist fights between wizards, which are always comical to watch.
Yes.
As you're walking through, you notice a giant store appear around the corner. The name of the store seems to be spelled out in a sign that looks like each letter is its own object. Everybody make a perception roll.
Oh, man. What do you want to bet? I put my brain back in my pocket now.
I mean, you can't have it out all the time.
Oh, no. I still have it out.
That'd be-
Okay. That's right. We're not in combat. It doesn't matter. That's why I can do this.
Matt, you're the only one that can make out that the sign says the Reagitorium.
The Reagitorium.
The Reagitorium. It is the largest store in the quarter. Do you want to go inside?
Looks like a good place to do some shopping and a good place to ask some questions.
All right. Let me throw you guys on here. I had every other scene ready, but for you guys, but for this one.
Oh, okay. You were expecting the bears to kill us, so you wouldn't have to bother?
And we're just going to assume Felicia is carrying baby Moomin and struggling under his immense weight.
Well, we had a cart with us, didn't we? Or
You do. Do you want to leave him outside in the cart?
nah, I suppose not.
Probably not.
I'll
no.
carry him.
So you enter a store, which I can only equate to being probably the largest store you've ever seen. The ceiling is 30 feet high. There are skylights all over the place, and you see birds of every make, several that you've never seen before flying across the rafters. You see to your right is probably the, of all the other store clerks, she is the youngest, and she is dressed in mint green. This might possibly be the individual who is the go-to for the head of the Merchants Guild that he mentioned in the last session.
Suddenly I'm controlling Dr. Honeygold. Whoops.
I don't know why. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can fix what's going on here.
Okay, now am I me? Okay, now I'm me. That was really weird.
Okay, hang on. So Matt is the owner of that one. I don't know why it changed that. I'm going to make Togepi the owner of this one for now.
Yes, it is Cabela's, Jack.
Okay. Yes, it is Magic Cabela's. Well, it might actually be closer to Magic Target or Magic Walmart, but
Nice.
all right, you guys should be able to move about now.
All right.
Someone take me to the peppers. I need one.
You can talk to any of the clerks. They can refill your component bag.
I would like to talk to the nearest clerk and purchase one pepper.
So there's the one in mint green to your right, and there's the regular store clerk to your left. Somebody, Togepi, I gave you control of her, so you can.
Which one do you want to go to?
Are we like in a different room on the screen? Because maybe I'm just lagging, but we're still in the toy store.
Yeah, you should be in the giant
Ah, there
store.
we are. There we
Okay.
are. There we are. There we are.
All right,
Yeah.
I'll talk to the green one.
Okay.
I'm gonna. To the green. Oh no, I'll come with you. I'll come with you. I do want to just sort of have are these books on here?
So there's all sorts of stuff on the tables, books, scrolls, household items that seem to be a little off, crystals, bones, mushrooms, just basically anything that could be used in a magical spell or alchemical ingredient. And in between, there are little tables with little cloths on them, but they're all empty.
Uh-huh. Okay.
All right. So are you all wanting, who wants to talk to who?
Well, it sounded like Dr. Honeygold wanted to talk to this lady, so
Yes, I'm talking to the green one.
All right. As you approach the counter, she looks up and she smiles and she goes, "Hi, can I help you?"
Greetings. I would like a singular hot pepper.
All right. She looks at your bag and she reaches under the counter. She's like, "That'll be 1 silver piece."
I have that, right?
Yes,
How much
you
money do I have?
definitely
Okay.
have that.
Yes.
Okay. I will go ahead and deduct 1 silver piece from you. You
that's an
actually,
expensive flipping pepper. Holy cow.
so to refill that component bag, because it works up to spells, I think, of level 3. I have it written down on there. It only costs 1 silver piece per component. So you can use them for any spell up to that level, unless otherwise specified.
Sure, but you're telling me only 1 silver piece.
Yes, only 1 silver piece. Plus, peppers would not grow regularly in this area, so though you have had meals with peppers in them. All right. Anything else you want? She smiles and looks at you, says, "Anything else?"
No, thank you.
All right. Anybody else want to talk to her?
Do you only sell spell components, or what do you have for sale?
Well, we sell a little bit of everything. We've got anything you could need for alchemical stuff. And if you were to talk to the owner, he might be able to get you in on his special stock.
Well, if he's available, I'd like to talk to him.
As you mentioned that, you notice a very colorful man walk up to you. He has bright purple and blue robes. He's wearing a ring on every single finger. He has an immensely large hat full of feathers of every bird from across the entire planet, by your reckoning, and glasses that make his eyes look 2 different colors. And as he approaches you, a toucan flies down from the ceiling and lands on his shoulder. And as he walks up and he goes, "Welcome to my," he strikes a pose, strikes a different pose, and then strikes another pose, "Reagitorium. I am," he makes another pose, says, "Mr. Inscrutable. How can I help you?"
Well, I'd like to know more about the inventory that you have.
"Oh, what exactly were you interested in?"
Well, I'm not exactly interested in anything in particular. I'm interested in browsing and seeing if something catches my fancy.
"Oh, fancy. Well, to let you know, I was caught my particular fancy by that little green baby you are carrying around. He wouldn't happen to be for sale, would he?"
For how much?
"Easily, I could part with about 2,000 gold for such a fine specimen of the troll species."
Felicia just turns so like he's further away from him. Like, sorry, he's not for sale.
Now. I promise you, he will not find a better home. I keep trolls for their blood, as troll blood is a fantastic reagent in all forms of magic. Would you like to see how well this precious little green bundle of joy could be taken care of?
Her face just goes as pale as it can possibly go. It's like, thank you, sir, but I don't think so.
Well, you should not have come across this little guy without running into some resistance. You possibly wouldn't have brought any other troll parts with you.
As a matter of fact, we have.
Ha! What, pray tell, do you have? He's
We
making
got.
poses this whole time, like just
Oh,
flailing his arms about.
I figured. We happen to have quite a haul of troll meat. Actually, it keeps growing back, so if you're looking.
Ah, still vital. Yes. Has it developed bones yet?
We keep eating it before that happens.
Eating it?
Yeah.
What a waste. About how much do you currently have?
Oh shoot, I forget. It was
100 pounds.
Yeah, we got 100 pounds of it.
Ah,
And that number's only going to get bigger.
It is.
he claps his hands and he smiles and his glasses rock a little bit. It's like, fantastic. I'll give you 400 gold pieces in exchange.
I am looking at everyone else in case anyone wants to complain.
I mean,
Considering it is effectively an infinite supply of meat, I find that 400 gold is a little low.
Mr. Inscrutable taps his glasses and says, it's not technically infinite. If you keep eating on it every day, for the next few weeks, it will stop growing.
I assume you will not be eating it.
I would like to examine it, but no. It would be a horrible waste to eat something so useful.
Well,
Yes,
we
Jack, this
found-
owner is amazingly pimpish.
Yes.
Sorry, go ahead, Felicia.
No, I was just laughing. Sorry.
So
we found that it has indeed been useful for keeping us fed.
Well, what I would say, if everyone's fine selling it, though, is considering this came at extreme cost to us to acquire, we'd probably want to up that price just a little bit.
all right, roll persuasion.
I'm happy with it.
All right. Persuasion.
Oh. He goes, all right, I understand. Trolls can be a difficult adversary. How about, and he flips his hand open and a couple more gold pieces are between his fingers and he says, 500 gold pieces.
I think that'll do.
Very good, very good. And he takes his, he pulls out a little bag of gold coins and he holds it up. It's like, take me to the meet.
All right. Well, I'll show him if no one else wants to show.
Right? He whistles for some of his clerks to come and join him. And you guys go out to the cart.
At that, I'll go with.
Okay. He'll probably lead you guys back in here. So they appraise the meat, and he immediately goes up to the cart and just plunges his hand straight into the meat. And he fishes around, like, I can feel the tiny calcifications. Yes. Ladies, and because all of his clerks are women, he's please take this meat back to the workshop. I believe we can reconstitute a troll and prepare my usual brews. He turns back to you all and says, so you're the ones that collected the bounty. We have a slight dearth of mercenaries in the area. Would you be interested in another job?
Yes, we are always interested in more jobs.
Very good. I know you were looking for some better services. The job I'm offering pays another 400 gold. But you get to keep the spoils. You see, under this particular quarter is a place we call the Underquarter. Picked the name myself. Anyway, every Lunar New Year, it changes around. And I need somebody to go down there and map it for me because it leads right into my workshop. And if someone comes in, I need to know where they came from.
What do you mean it changes?
Well, you see, Westgate is originally just the Mage Quarter. This is the oldest city of magic in the entire kingdom. Null, the wizard, who runs this entire area, was born in this town. And so there is a lot of magic compounded under this area. It connects to the sewers and things wander in. Things get lost. And sometimes less than scrupulous mages get down there and do things. I need a tough group of people, people who are capable of dealing with a troll, to map it out for me, draw it out, and bring it back. And of course, you can keep anything you find.
Sounds good to me.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
sure.
a sweet deal.
He flips his fingers around, and a large scroll of paper appears, and he hands it to you. He's like, "This is the missive I had drawn up. If you will take this to your guild, they can access my accounts.
Very nice.
Meet me back here when you are ready to start mapping, and I will show you the way."
All right. We can do that. First, though, we are here to get supplies and some other sundries if possible. So, this brings us back to my...
Right now, I can offer you the basic. I have some basically enchanted equipment, but if you want access to my special enchanting services, where I can make your weapons special to what you want, I can do that after you complete the map.
All right. In that case, I'll be back. I don't know if anyone else wants to keep looking here then.
Would
I
you
actually
happen to
did.
know anything about the cadaver kerfuffle that is happening in this city?
Oh, hang on one second before I do that. Yes, Jack, established in the last session, if they left the troll meat alone, it would regrow a troll. Back to your question, Togepi. He goes, "I've known there's been a kerfuffle here for a while. The sheriff and the head of the Merchants Guild keep telling me they don't need our help, but I tell them, Mr. Inscrutable will rally every mage, every sorcerer, every wizard in this great grand city, and we will rid this place of the weirdness that's going on. But he keeps telling me they don't need Mr. Inscrutable's help, and tells me to stay to my store. Now, can you look at this grand, glorious, these fine people that you walked right past would not be anything but an asset in this endeavor?"
I don't know. It's
I intentionally withhold comment.
that's not
One
my
of them-
department.
One of them blew themselves up with bears.
"Bears, you say?"
Yeah.
He whistles.
I mean, I don't doubt that you yourself have some skill, but
As soon as you say bears, he whistles and goes, "My sweet girl Mint, would you please venture out and see if you can't capture one of these fluffy little critters?"
No, I'm pretty sure we blew them all up. I mean, feel free to look, but beware because they might explode you.
Mint did not listen to you. She has immediately run out the door, doing
All right, well,
doing
nice,
the bidding of her master.
nice
My
break
word.
from work.
So, just so you are aware, Mr. Inscrutable is basically the head of the Mage's Quarter. He's not an official leader, but
Right.
he's basically the guy in charge.
He's de facto.
Yes. All right. So, you got what do you guys want to do?
I wanted to look around for some poison for my darts.
Some poison. What kind of poison were you looking for?
Well, I have a blowgun with darts, and they're not really effective. So I was thinking maybe I could dip them into something, kind of like poison.
He looks at you like it's a little bit crude, just like, "Oh, well, I do have some basic poison available for just general consumption. I also have a few more interesting things, like," and he whips his hand around and produces a small blue bottle, "some truth serum." And he smiles.
What does that have to do with my blowgun?
"Well, have you never been in a party and wanted to really damage somebody? So just a little bit of truth serum on the tip of the dart, and suddenly they're saying all the embarrassing things they didn't want to tell nobody. Now that can liven up a party."
No, but
We do not attend parties.
Gotcha. Well, I do have some basic poison. It's 100 gold pieces per bottle.
100 gold pieces.
Ah, but it is a fantastic poison for
Oh,
when you absolutely, positively need it dead.
um, I mean, how big is the bottle? I just want to dip my darts into it.
So you can dip up to 3 pieces of ammunition into a single bottle. Regular poison is 1d4 damage additionally per round,
Hmm.
assuming they don't make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw.
Okay. That is a lot of money.
But that is.
For only 3 darts, that is a lot of money.
I think I may pass, sir. Thank you so much.
No problem. Come back when you're ready to scout out the underquarter.
You wouldn't happen to have any tomes or books?
He makes a grand show of turning around to you. He's like, I have books on nearly everything. Was there a particular topic you were looking for?
Well, considering that, the dead are rising and maybe transforming into some weird things, maybe some information on that and sort of dark magic-y warlock type stuff.
Ah, yes. I have many things on the undead. I actually had a young mage come in here earlier. Pretty young thing dressed in dark blue. She was asking very similar questions. I
Ooh,
directed her to the back shelf, as I have several tomes about the undead. Was there a particular type you were looking for? They come in all shapes and sizes.
well, there was one. The one that I'm thinking about is the one with a very long tongue that can turn the living into the dead, the walking dead.
Oh, that's a very strange set of skills. I think I might have a book on something similar to that, but that very same mage left with it this morning.
Interesting. What was her name?
I believe she was a young lady by the name of Tempest.
Tempest. What a stormy name. All right. Well, hopefully she's more clement than her name suggests.
Isn't she the girlfriend?
She totally
Question
is.
mark? Yeah.
Yeah.
She's the wizard who was with Bradford.
Well, that makes sense. Do you
Jack
mind if
said-
I just peruse your books? Just have a quick.
Feel
Just have
free
a-
to peruse. But remember, no eating in the library.
Oh, not a problem. Not a
Jack says,
problem.
get a large bundle of string before you go down. This description gives me a massive labyrinth in the Minotaur vibes.
Ian. Fair enough.
So if you want to peruse the books, you can make it an Arcana check.
Lovely. I'm looking for warlocky stuff.
Okay, go ahead and roll Arcana.
Oh,
So you find a couple books on it, but most of them are just about the warlock Aeon that started the war 400 years ago, and generally how to identify a warlock.
right. Okay. Ah, well. That's just a peruse. That's
Okay.
fine. I'll just head back to the rest.
Okay. All right. What would you all like to do?
Well, actually, as long as I have this guy here. So you want us, of course, to map this, what is it, the underquarter?
Yes.
Well, it occurs to me, we're not exactly cartographers here. You wouldn't happen to have a tool or a spell or an object that might make our job easier, because, the sooner we get this done, the sooner you get what you want.
I absolutely do. I have a ball of cartography, a small crystal sphere I will give to you before you go down. It will map the underquarter. All you have to do is go to every room.
Every single room down there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
If by chance you can't get past a lock, or you can't seem to figure something out, you are free to come back and inquire on Mr. Inscrutable's massive mind.
And this thing will also help us find our way back, right?
He goes, it is simply mapping. If you get lost, unfortunately, that will be on you.
Okay, so we gotta find a way to not get lost. I don't know if they have any objects like that. I mean, obviously, we do have the suggestion from out of game from the ether. We do have the suggestion of string, which I can buy for cheaper. I'm sure anywhere aside from the Magic Quarter.
So you can go to the market square, which is just the general purpose market where they sell the non-magical things.
Right.
The only issue with string is he mentioned that the place shifts and changes about.
It does indeed.
So we might lose the string.
He said it shifts every lunar new year. So once
every
a year.
lunar. All right.
Yeah.
Every
once
lunar
every
new year.
lunar year, it changes around.
Yeah,
I
so
would
hopefully
recommend
we'll be
having
down
two
there.
methods of navigation. That way, if one of them proves unusable, we will have a backup.
I'm all for that.
String and orb.
Yeah, it works. Sounds
Okay.
good.
So where would you guys like to go?
They don't happen to have any armor or weapons here, do they? That are not exorbitant.
Mr. Inscrutable looks at you and is like, I absolutely do. But those are for my special clients.
Gotcha. Okay, well then, yeah, I guess we are done here. We should probably head to the regular market square.
All
See what
right.
we can locate.
Does everybody agree?
Yes.
All right.
Agreed.
You leave the building and you walk for about an hour and you come to the market square. There are several stores, stalls, it's a huge trading city, so it takes up several blocks. What would you guys like to look for?
Well, actually, I'd like to see if anybody wants to, for me to chop wood or build something for them or carry something or...
There is always people carrying stuff, but you would have to talk with the Merchants Guild and get recruited as a teamster.
Would I have to do the same if I volunteered to heal people?
You can ask around. That would be, I think, insight.
What about for translation services?
That would be a mage quarter thing.
Well,
Right.
could I just busk, right? Everyone else, people come by, if they drop money,
Yes.
someone maybe could try to, I don't know, ask them about what's going on and...
You are free to try to busk. It would be a performance roll. Dr. Honeygold, roll in, I think it's an investigation. Let's see. I have to roll it for you.
I
That's
can't
right.
do that, yeah.
Let me roll an investigation.
Oh, for crying out loud.
So, Dr. Honeygold, you find 2 or 3 people who are willing to pay you a couple silver to heal them.
I do that.
Okay. Roll a medicine roll.
I can't do that.
You do a good job, and you earn an additional, let's say 2 gold pieces. So that brings you up to 1,117 gold. All right. As for our paladin who is trying to sing, you get out there and sing. You don't collect.
I also have the loot, the super cool...
I don't think that actually, does that give you any benefit?
I don't think so, but I also have it.
Well, somebody comes up and offers to buy the loot because they are convinced you don't know how to play it.
Okay, actually, while you're here, would you happen to know anything about some of the weirdness that's been going on? Something happened outside of our inn last night. Scared us half to death.
Dead things coming up all the time. My buddy, his grandfather died, and then the next thing you know, he was back. But he was a zombie. He was walking down the street.
Okay, when did that happen?
About 3-4 days ago.
Do you know where he went?
He's left town already. Traveling, That's the problem of being a merchant. Never stayed in one place too long.
Okay, his grandfather who came back, do we know anything about what happened to him?
Yeah, they burned him.
Ah. Well, thank you. Unless anyone else has anything to ask.
How long's this been going on for?
About 2-3 months, I think, since the first one came up.
And did the grandfather have any like a weird tongue or anything like that?
Not that I can remember. He was pretty well rotted. I think he'd been in the ground about 2 weeks.
Oh.
But then all sorts of weird stuff's been going on here lately. Like, there was a small-time gang. Never paid him any mind. Their leader was this real skinny guy. But then, like, one day he shows up, he's grown almost a foot. The guy's built out like he's been pulling carts his whole life. It's the weirdest things going on here lately. But hard times, scary times, always a good time to make a dime.
Who would that be? The chap who built himself up?
I don't rightly recall his name. All his toadies just call him boss. He comes up at night and tries to rob some folks. Got a lot more active lately. There's been a few more break-ins, but this place is huge. Hadn't got to my store yet, so, really not my problem. More for the guards. I'm sure the sheriff would be able to tell you more.
Well, I do have to talk to the sheriff at some point, but thank you.
Oh, very welcome. He turns around and walks away since you apparently didn't want to sell your loot.
I do not. I like my loot.
All right. Well, you guys came to the merchant's quarter. Was there anything you wanted to buy?
String.
All right. Do an investigation roll.
Alas, I cannot.
I will do it for Molly. Everybody else do an investigation roll.
Alrighty.
All right.
Investigation. Oh boy. Yep, my brain's back in my pocket. It got tired.
All right. Molly and Matt, you both come across the same store that is willing to sell string for 1 copper per 10 feet.
Right. We're going to need a lot of string in this place. I mutter to...
Yeah, certainly more than 10 feet.
Probably more than 10 feet. How much string did I have?
Pretty much as you want. It's a place that does textiles and sewing. It is 1 copper piece per 10 feet. So,
1
How
copper per
much
10
is
feet.
the largest spool that they have?
they can give you up to I'd say up to 200 feet of string per bundle.
How many coppers do we have?
You have several thousand gold between all of you.
Yes, we do. We just also got paid another 500.
Yep.
We just haven't distributed it yet.
That would be 125 each. So
125. All right, 125 gold. I mean, I reckon that let's get like 2 big spools. The only question is how much they weigh.
they weigh next to nothing. Maybe about 2 or 3 pounds. I'm not even going to give you a weight on it.
Does my cloak thingy with the objects, does that have string patches?
Your component bag does not. In fact, I'm going to make this real easy. For 10 silver, you can get enough string.
Okay.
As much string as you need to go through the place.
All right.
For 10 silver, so for a gold.
So yeah, for a gold, you can get more string than you'll ever need. You'll have enough string to get you through the labyrinth, and that's exactly how much you'll have.
I'll part with a gold for the string we need.
All right, let me open up Matt. Right, go ahead and take off a gold, and I will give you the string. It'll say 10 feet, but you just have as much as you need. Mainly because I don't want to be bothered keeping track of how much string you guys have used.
Where's my gold? Oh, there it is.
All right. You guys have your string. Was there anything else you wanted to get? Oh, actually, I put
We
the string
acquire
in
some
the.
form of food for Moomin, considering we've lost what remains of his mother.
Yep.
Okay. You would be looking for a butcher's shop, I would assume. So, yes, you can find a butcher's shop. The proprietor greets you. Is what can I do for you?
We would like to have whatever scraps you are either planning to or recently have discarded.
Oh, well, I got a couple. It's like he kind of points back to a barrel. It's like, if you get a bucket, you're more than free to fill that up for about 5 copper.
Sold.
All right. You'll have to go find a bucket.
Okay.
Bucket not included.
And we bring the wagon over and then just scoop the pile into it. Just
Hmm.
take the trash
He looks
pile.
at you. He's like, I got a bucket for a silver piece.
Sold.
All right. Felicia, part with 1 silver piece, and I will
Can
give you
do.
a bucket.
Thank you.
And you will find the bucket in there. And so he just takes the bucket back there and he dips it into the really horribly gory, awful barrel and pulls it up and hands it to you. It's dripping, and Moomin is like just squirming to get to it. Like he's real excited by the smell.
Aw.
Are you going to give it to him?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. He upends the bucket and starts chugging as fast as he can. A little bit of blood and gore starts dripping behind his ears, and also he's naked, so
Oh,
like he's just kind of a green and red blob right now.
Should we
But-
get him some clothes or something?
You can.
I'm
Should we
wondering
see
if we should try and get at least some of the meat back. That way we have, once again, an infinite source and don't need to buy it.
It will stop growing after a few days,
Ah,
and he's not. And now that he has it, he is not willing to part with it.
boo. Okay.
But yeah, you can come back to the shop and he will give you another bucket full of meat bits for 5 copper.
Is Moomin
Yay.
still hungry?
He burps and kind of rolls over, and I think he's content for now.
All right.
But he'll be wanting more eventually.
You should probably get him clothes, and you should probably get him a diaper.
I can do that.
All right. Let's see here. So as you're walking, roll an investigation for me.
All right, one sec.
All right. Yet you find a tailor shop, and the woman looks at you and then looks at the big green baby the size of a small person and says, what can I do for you?
I
Hi,
would like you to clothe this child.
please.
And her eyes get a little bulged. Oh, isn't he cute?
I'm so glad
Right?
you noticed.
He's yours, is he?
Mhm.
And looks
He
at
is
you
now.
suspiciously. Like, oh, okay. I think I have something in the dwarf section that might fit him. Would be 5 silver pieces.
I can do that.
All right. Take off 5 silver pieces.
All right.
I'm just gonna lean over and remind her that you can haggle. You don't need to let him do this to you.
It's not that much.
Baby Moomin is now clothed, which he immediately soils himself.
Did the clothing include a diaper?
Basically, yes, but you're still going to have to take him somewhere to clean it.
That's
let's-
okay.
Let's see. Roll a sleight of hand. That's what you're good at.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh.
So yeah, you clean it without getting too much on yourself.
What the heck happened to my spell book? It's
you
all
have a-
gone.
Your spell book. Let's see.
Yeah, I got nothing listed under there anymore.
Oh, Moomin ate it.
No, I still have you having a bunch of stuff on there.
I mean, he does like spell books.
Let me see here. Oh, finally. All right, let me just see whether or not. No larger than 1 cubic foot. Theoretically, could prestidigitation then be used to clean Moomin's diaper?
Prestidigitation. Let me read
It says, I
that.
instantaneously clean or soil an object no longer than 1 cubic foot.
Yeah, you could use it for that.
Okay, well then I shall.
All right, go ahead and cast it.
Use.
Okay. That Moomin is effectively cleaned.
Thank
In
you.
fact, he smells better than he ever has.
I don't want to deal with it.
He burps and it smells a bit like a rotten butcher shop.
Well,
All
should
right.
get him a toothbrush.
What would you guys like to do?
Well, let's see. We can get food from the inn and everything else. Nobody needs to hire me for anything. How in the world am I going to build muscle if nobody needs me to do anything?
I mean, you can always do what most mercenaries do and go fight,
Get into a bar fight. Interesting idea.
or just
Yeah.
go on your mission and fight the things on your mission.
You would.
I want to
Arnold.
get stronger before we go on the mission. I die every time.
You can always try to shop for more armor.
I could, but we're going to get free stuff afterwards.
Well, he's offering you enchanting services where he'll enchant your stuff.
Right. Well, I want to enchant the best stuff. Well. All right, I'll take a look at what they got out
Jack
here.
says that tailor will now go to bed at night haunted by the implications of that troll baby belonging to one of the party.
Yep.
What
yes, he will.
implications?
And I was not going to disavow him or her of that.
It's like that Twitter video that goes around of that woman holding that child that's easily 3.5 feet tall.
Right.
All right. Did anybody else want to do any shopping?
I think I'm all right.
I'm also finished.
I have a quick question. I guess it's sort of a meta gaming question.
Go
Is poison normally expensive like that?
That is the base cost that I have in the system.
All right.
It
Then,
is
yeah.
possible that you can find
Okay.
the people who
Then
might
you
sell it
just,
for less,
like-
and you can always haggle.
You should just find like the spit from a rabid animal and just keep that in a bottle. And then just constantly top it up.
That's a
But that's
great
not going to kill
idea.
anybody fast. That's just going to get him diseased.
Mm.
Well, you know.
You guys are also very early
Yes,
level
that's
characters. You will come across more money.
Yeah, I just sort of see this also like that one skit from, I forget what show it was in Britain. The British show was like, do you sell poison? No, this is a gardening shop. Or what was it, like, rat poison? It's like, oh, what sort?
Anyway, what would you guys like to do now?
Well, I guess I will see what kind of equipment they have for sale.
All right. What are you looking for?
Better armor and or better weapon in case there is one that does a little bit more damage.
All right. There are several different stores. Roll investigation.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
So you do find some armor stores, and the proprietor looks at you and goes, what can I interest you in?
Better armor, better weapons if you happen to have any.
Oh, what particular were you looking for?
Let's see. I think I'm currently wearing, what is it, ring mail? Or no, chain mail?
Yep.
That's what I'm currently wearing. Let's see. Better armor, so I don't know if I can afford plate. Or a better shield. Or a better warhammer.
So let's see. He looks at you and says, well, I got some plate armor back here. It's about 1,500 gold. As for your shield, I think I can do a little better. And he starts digging around in the back. And he pulls out a shield that's slightly magical. You could tell it's just kind of got that weird warble about it. Occasionally it sparks off a little color. It's just perceptible if you look at it. And he looks at you and says, yeah, I got this shield that a paladin came by and traded in. It's a little bit better. It's about 1,500 gold. This is a +1 shield. So it would give you an additional armor class.
All right, so I don't need to get Doc to take a look at it, make sure that that's on the up and up.
You don't have to. No, looks. I mean, you can always do an insight check.
You're telling me I could do an insight check.
Yes.
Oh, wow. I actually managed.
You look at it. It looks in very good condition. A little bit banged up, but still very serviceable. It's actually, it's like a used car. It's good for being broken in.
Okay, well, I'm going to have to return at some future date.
Did you not even want to try to haggle?
I mean, even if I haggle, it's going to eat up all my gold anyway, and so that's just not going to happen. I am not
Alright.
that person.
All right. Well, what would you guys like to do?
I mean, I feel like I'm ready to go, so I'm good for when the rest are ready to go.
Yeah, me
Me
too.
too. Did we get the orb the first time, or do we have to
You
ask?
We
have
have to
to-
go back to him, but honestly, let's get some free food from the inn before we embark on this journey, so that we don't have to pay for food.
You also have to turn in the missive at your guild headquarters.
And we also
Oh,
got to
let's-
talk
yeah,
to the
let's do
sheriff
that.
so that we could be reimbursed for
Oh.
the teddy bear harassment earlier.
All right. So I'm assuming you guys are all walking back towards the area with your inn. Let me move you all
Yes,
back.
assuming that leads us also to that, the sheriff, etc.
I'm going to put you all down here. All right. You are back in the Square of Justice. You are free to move about. Where would you like to go first?
Okay, let me see if I don't think I remember where the. Ooh.
So your satellite office would be to the east above the Merchants Guild.
Okay, so we got to turn this thing in over here.
To the east, not the west.
But we've had this problem before.
Yes. Except this time I'm correct.
Okay, is it through here?
All right. So you arrive at the sheriff's office, and the clerk looks at you and says, "What can I do for you?"
Well, we were actually assaulted earlier by a bunch of magical teddy bears, and they did attempt to heal us to death, which sounds funny, but it was not a joke. We actually saw the owner of the shop literally get healed to explosive death.
Her eyes bulge for a moment, and she looks at you like, "Oh, all Mage's Quarters activities are not the responsibility of the sheriff's office or the local lord. All visitors," and she gives you this whole long spiel about how they aren't liable for anything done to anybody who chooses to venture into the Mage's Quarter.
Well,
Bloody
who
hell.
is?
This has happened before, hasn't it?
Oh, very often, very often.
Right. So who would we go to about this?
Well, I guess you could talk to the proprietor.
Well, he blew up is the point, right? But he has obviously quite a lot of stuff that could be, let's say, distributed in order to compensate us for.
So as you're talking, you see the door open, and a very large man steps out and goes, "What's this jibber jabber I'm hearing about the Mage's Quarter again?"
They killed someone with bears, and they tried to kill us with bears. I don't think they did it on purpose.
His eyebrows raised and goes like, "Forest bears?"
Nah, like cuddly, cute bears, like stuffed bears.
Like teddy bears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he eyes you completely disbelieving. "You're telling me you were attacked by teddy bears?"
Do you want us to
It's
take
the
you to the
mages.
shop? We have witnesses. Is that what you want?
It's the Mage's Quarter. They probably done weirder stuff than that.
And he looks over at the clerk. "Did you give him the spiel?" And she goes, "Yeah, I gave him the spiel." He goes, "Oh, well, you chose to go there. Your fault."
Yeah. Well, all I'm asking at this point is, who do we bother about it? Because that man left an entire store full of stuff which could be used to compensate us, essentially out of his estate. But the man is dead.
And the sheriff is just kind of laughing at you. He's like, "You don't understand wizards, do you?"
Well, enlighten me.
I was like, "All right, the laws around here for the mages are special. They are each treated as individuals because they all act as individuals, which means they don't have family ties, and when they die, their estates are assumed by whoever they listed in their will, which would probably be read off in private. We don't get involved in the stuff that goes on in the Mage's Quarter because we don't want to. I don't have the men to spare to get turned into chickens, to get turned into dogs, or to get blown up. We tell everybody you enter the Mage's Quarter at your own risk.
Who would be handling the estate?
You can go talk to that weirdo in his giant freakish store.
The one with the multicolors, Mr. Inscrutable?
Yeah, that weird freak. The one with the bird with the giant beak.
Okay, we can do that.
He's like, is there anything else I can help you with?
Your Tempest works for me.
Tempest works with Bradford. She's part of a rival guild.
Our rival guild. Okay, never mind.
We actually, if possible, we're kind of curious about the strange goings on that have been happening.
The strange goings on. Wait a minute. Are you the ones that talked to Gil the other day?
I wouldn't know anything about that, but I mean, we did have a whole disturbance last night in front of our hotel, and everyone's been talking about it. You can't go anywhere.
You would know about it. That was the head of the Merchants Guild you talked to yesterday.
Right, but he asked us not to say anything to anybody, so I'm
Yes, but he told you he was working with the sheriff.
Oh, okay. Then yes.
Okay. He's like, oh, okay, well, I'll tell you what I can tell you. Look, there's always weird stuff going on here because of that blasted quarter with its multicolored floor. But there's a certain normalcy. Like, shops blowing up, people turning into animals, all that stuff's expected as long as it stays in that quarter. But there are strict rules enforced by myself, by the head of the Merchants Guild, by the local lord, and by that freak with the bird with the giant beak. They don't practice necromancy, they don't summon demons, and they don't practice transfiguration on criminals. Well, all that stuff's been happening. We got people swelling up. We got weird murders. We got people being turned inside out. It has to be magic of some kind. But as much as I want to blame those freaks in the quarter, I'm familiar with the type of stuff they do, and I just can't. I'm assuming whatever it is hiding. I don't think it's something human. And he looks at you real seriously.
Well, I did detect quite a lot of evil in the area. But was there a particular individual you might have noticed just before everything started?
He kind of sighs and he looks around and is like, I'll tell you. Like I said, weird stuff happens here all the time. We could have overlooked a few corpses coming back. In fact, it's not uncommon to have 3 or 4 every year. But we've had like 20 to 30 in the past few months. That's what makes it weird. Not that it's happening, but the volume that it's happening at.
And it's not happening to the recently dead either. It's happening to those that have died for a bit.
And now it has happened to the recently dead, to those that have been dead for a long time. It's completely random. It's happened to a few we didn't even know were dead. Just a few that we thought were missing, and then they pop up from the sewers. And then you got these bandits suddenly getting super big and buff for some strange reason. And that case with the guy that got his face cut off, I'm still not convinced that that wasn't something. There's something evil that's kind of crept its way in here. And I've tried to police everybody coming in and going out. But we're a trade city. There's at least 100 people coming in and going out every day. What we need is a paladin.
Well, I am happy to be of service.
He looks at you kind of surprised. He goes, you have an emblem?
Well,
It would be the official endorsement of the church.
I do have that, yes.
No, you don't.
Oh,
You
I
have
thought
been No, you turned down the sponsorship, and you
Oh,
haven't gone
that's
through the
right.
trials yet.
That's right.
He looks at you, though, as you're glowing. Is like, well, I'm pretty sure you don't work for the church, but you look like you're trying.
A very loose definition of.
Tell you what, if you can find some concrete something I can go behind, I can throw some weight behind you. I can throw something your way to make this stuff happen. But you got to give me something to work on first.
I don't know that we have enough for that at the moment.
I mean, you are here to investigate. You can just come to him and tell him stuff.
Yeah, we'll let you know if and when we find something.
All right. Be careful in that mage's quarter. And don't get attacked by any more teddy bears. He laughs and goes back
try
into
not
his
to get attacked by any teddy bears.
All right. Where would you guys like to go next?
Probably the guild headquarters to.
All right. It is in the building directly to your west. Oh, sorry, to your east. So you got me confused this time. To your east. Directly behind the jail, right there.
This one.
I've had door issues. There we are. I'm out.
Right.
As you enter, you notice Bradford and Tempest are sitting near the fireplace. And goes, "Hail, initiate! Just the man I was looking for." Yes, I did pause you so you couldn't move.
So
I'll be in a minute. Could you unpause me just for a second so I can go in the building?
You're unpaused now. You can come back in. There you go.
There we go. I'm in the building now.
And Bradford calls you over to the table right behind him. He's like, "Come over here for a second. I got something I want to talk to you about." And you see Tempest get up and follow him.
Can I pick up the cat and bring it with me?
Sure.
We can all pet it. It is a tradition.
Table here.
Yep.
It is a tradition of our group.
So Bradford's like, "I knew I liked you. And that's why I want to bring you in on something." And he slaps down a piece of paper on the table. And on the piece of paper is a drawn picture of the man who was hung the day you arrive. He goes, "This bounty just got reinitiated." And you see the bounty for this guy is once again 2,000 gold. He's like, "I want to bring you onto my job to track this guy down for half."
For half?
Yep. He's willing to split the reward with you.
I will need to confer with my compatriots about this.
You can talk to anybody you want, but my compatriot here, and he points to Tempest, has already figured out what we're dealing with.
I looked at Rockstar on that one because he's the guy doing that investigation.
Can I detect thoughts on Tempest to see what it is?
So she is stone-faced. Like her face gives away nothing. If you guys were playing poker, you'd be doomed.
Are her thoughts stone-faced?
You can ask her a question.
Can I detect thoughts without asking her a question?
You can try. Go ahead and try to cast.
I'll while you're casting that, I will ask.
I was about to say, now keep in mind, casting a spell like that on another mage, they might be able to detect it and it might be seen as hostile.
I'll ask about the book then while she's doing that.
She pulls out from her robe and gives you a small peek and then tucks it back. And then she says, "Only if you agree."
Only if we agree?
If you agree to join them to hunt this guy down.
So, do we want to confirm?
Do you have any idea where he might be?
We found out what he was. Now we just need to find where he is, says Bradford. Then we can get him.
I see. Well, I mean, it stands to reason that we're going to need... I mean, we're dealing with this guy's part of our brief, isn't it?
So this is a bounty job, which means that anybody can turn it in. But Bradford looks at you and says, "This bounty hasn't been re-announced yet. The sheriff came to me at my guild hall personally and asked me to take this on. Now, I don't think the guys that are here for my guild have what it takes. What I need is some people who are crazy enough to attack a troll in its own lair."
Ah. Well, we know a few people like that.
A few, yes.
He's waiting for you guys to see if you agree to his terms.
Well, that's
Oh,
why I'm trying to confer with everybody.
I'm
Do you still want to do detect
bounty-
thoughts?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah. Probably
the
for the
bounty's
best.
2,000, isn't it?
It is 2,000, yes. And we'll
So
get
you
half.
guys, you would get 1,000 out of it. But
Yeah, 1,000 split between the four of us.
he's basically agreeing that you guys exchange information and you take this thing down together.
I mean, I don't see why not.
Mm.
The only reason why not is because we kind of hate him.
Well,
And he will be skimming half the bounty for none of
But
the
it
work.
is also 1,000 gold.
No, he intends to fight it with you guys, and they've already found out what it is.
Yep. But it is also 1,000 gold. It's 1,000 gold. It's 1,000 gold. 1,000 gold.
If this problem has been happening in this town for several months at this point, and none of the mages have been able to stop it, including Mr. Inscrutable himself, who seems rather capable, then it might be worth enlisting the help of someone who's used to more tenacious creatures.
Sounds like everyone's on board but you, Usagi.
I I am torn. On the one hand, money, and on the other hand, it's Bradford.
He smiles at you, and that cartoonish glint comes off his teeth.
I say quietly to Arnolfo, this could provide an opportunity to take his horse.
Okay, I'm on board. I am on board.
Hang on a second before you do that. I'm going to do something real quick. Need to make that a... Where'd it go? So Bradford overhears you whispering, and he leans over to the paladin and says, "You help me with this. I'll introduce you to the guy I bought him from."
All right.
All right. You agree, and Bradford goes, "Capital!" And he turns to Tempest and says, "Fill them in." And Tempest pulls out the book and almost emotionally just flips to the page that she was on and sets it down and says, "What we're dealing with is a morgue. It's
More.
a morgue." It's like, it's a very challenging kind of undead. Other types of undead are usually resurrected by some kind of necromancer or other more powerful undead. But a morgue is different. It's possessed by the soul of the person who originally owned the body. We are hunting Mark Barlow, the serial killer, but now he has undead powers. They have, she's continuing to explain, she said, they have a long tentacle-like tongue that can paralyze an individual, and anyone they kill will come back as the undead themselves.
If we capture him, will we be able to tell who did this to him?
It is possible. We would need the help of an archmage.
Aha.
Is our pimpy friend an archmage?
Mr. Inscrutable is absolutely an archmage. You don't get that weird without being extremely powerful.
I'll remember that one. I'll use that when someone questions my weirdness.
All right. So Bradford leans over and is like, So we know what we're hunting now. Now, what we have to do is go out, see if we can't find a trace of this thing. Then I'll meet you guys back here and we'll exchange information and see if we can't find him and bring him to ultimate justice.
All right.
I like Jack's idea. Can we do that?
What's that? Let's see. If it exists to the group as a disembodied voice that they hear every once in a while, does that mean they get 5 silver out of the bounty?
You know?
I think 5 silver for disembodied knowledge is a fair price.
No, they won't. They will get part of the bounty, though. You guys will get 1,000 gold to split among you for taking this thing down.
All right.
All right. Bradford says, I will meet you back here tomorrow morning. And he and Tempest close up and leave. Off to do their patrol to find this thing. And I'm just going to delete them off the map. All right. You guys have a missive to turn in.
Yes, we do.
All right.
I will put the cat back down. Go to sleep.
All right. So you're going to deliver the missive to the woman there at the bar?
Yes.
Okay. She takes the missive.
Whoops.
She said,
Alright.
she takes the missive and goes, "Oh, for Mr. Inscrutable." Well, we see this come up every once in a while, though it hasn't come here very often. It's like, your mission has been put in.
Thank you.
Sad embodied noises, Jack.
Oh.
Sorry,
Sad
Jack.
embodied noises from all of us.
All right. So you guys go back to the inn. I take it you're going to eat dinner and go to bed.
Yeah.
So,
We need our spell slots and everything back.
All right. You guys go to the inn, and Daniel the merchant is still sitting by the fire. He's petting a cat that's now in his lap. He greets you as you come in. Says, "Any luck today?"
Some.
Oh, let's get.
I'm actually also looking for some work, potentially doing, I don't know, manual labor for some people.
Manual labor.
I could be going entirely the wrong way.
well,
Yeah, I'm going to bring Matt over here.
Yeah, I was going the wrong way. I started
you're-
going the right way, and then I went the wrong way. There we
Stop
are.
right where you are. I'll move you. There you go. And you are.
There we go.
So Daniel looks at you and says, "Well, I talked to the sheriff today. Sadly, I could have given you some work, but he still won't release my cart."
Yeah, well, actually, guys, we're not using our cart for our adventures at the moment, are we?
I'm assuming you brought it back and took it back to the
Right. I'm asking in game, everybody. Are we
Always,
using...
always bring the cart.
Right. Because if we're not using it at the moment for anything particular, we could, of course, lend you the cart for a small usage fee.
It's the crib for a troll baby.
and then I have to carry him.
Daniel
Okay.
looks at you and says, "That's mighty kind, but your cart doesn't have all my merchandise in it.
Ah, right. Yeah.
I've made a few coppers here and there. I'm not in any danger of going broke." And he smiles and he takes a drink of wine and continues to pet the cat. I take it you guys are going to have dinner?
Yes.
All right. Dinner is served in the later afternoon. It is a fantastic dinner. It's a big roast with some gravy, some mashed tubers, general good fare, but it's very, very good. You guys go to bed. It's a very quiet night, unlike the night before. And you wake up in the morning. You guys can all click long rest on your characters so you get your stuff back.
Alright. Let me see. Where would that... Oh, here we are.
Yep. So it's the little bed next to your
there we
health
go.
meter on your
Long.
character sheet.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Long rest. There we are.
All right. Well, if nobody needs me in the morning, I'm going to start doing some push-ups or something.
All right. Breakfast is served about an hour after sunrise.
So if I get up at sunrise, that'll give me some time to, I don't know, push-ups and
Yep.
Maybe some running or whatever.
Yep. If you continue doing that for a whole month, you'll get stronger.
Yay.
All right, you have eaten breakfast. You've done your morning workout. What would you like to do?
Well, we don't have any more information to share with he who must not be named. Do we go talk to Mr. Inscrutable first about being compensated, potentially? Also, find out if we can start and stop mapping. Like, does that have to happen all at the same time, or
You'll have to go ask him.
I mean, we could find out.
If he's on the way to the entrance, let's do it.
Okay. Let me flip you guys back over to Mr. Inscrutable's store. So move everybody around real quick. So you guys enter the store, and you don't see Mr. Inscrutable anywhere, but the standard clerks are there. The standard birds are flying around. What would you like to do?
Well, I'd like to ask for Mr. Inscrutable if he's available.
Okay, who are you going to ask?
Whoever might be at his stand, Mint, if she's there, I guess.
Yep, she's back at her station. Okay, how on earth she got there, I have no idea.
Oh no.
Hang on a second. That is not where you're supposed to be. Somehow, Molly just broke into the back of the store.
Goodness gracious.
Okay. All right. So you approach Mint at the counter, and she goes, "Oh, welcome back. Are you guys here to start the mapping?"
Theoretically, yes. We just wanted to clear up a couple of details with Mr. Inscrutable if he's available to chat.
Oh, he would be in his office in the back of the store. Go talk to the clerk back there. She'll let you in.
Thank you. All right, let me go charging back over here. Ooh,
Why are
Molly
there
got-
two Mollies?
Yeah, she got cloned. This is what happens
So
when you run around to the magic store.
do you
Doc.
guys intend to take Moomin back there with you?
I assume Troll Mama does.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you guys reach the clerk, and she goes, "Oh, you're here for the mapping. It's the door. It's the door to my immediate, or to your immediate left."
Yes, we actually had a question about that, about whether or not we could, for example, start and then potentially come back if we don't finish, or we have some other matters we need to attend to.
Well, we don't. I think the last group that did it took a week to map it. So yeah, they came in and out a few times.
Okay, excellent. The other thing is I have been instructed that potentially if we wish to be compensated for some sort of magical mishap, that Mr. Inscrutable is the person to speak to about that.
Oh, well, you could try, but I don't think you'll have much luck.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be from his pocket.
Well, there's a saying here that every mage is an island. And so the law really just tells people they enter at their own risk. And she smiles. But it really is a lovely place to live.
Right. But in theory, he might also know, for example, who might be reading the will of the particular individual who wronged us.
You hear a distant explosion as this conversation is going on. It's like, well, it turns out that individual actually was in massive debt, and all of his assets have been seized.
I see.
And she smiles at you. I'm sorry.
Okay, brethren, do we want to just take a look downstairs, see what we're going to be up to?
I think that solving the resurrecting dead might be the more pressing issue.
Sure, but he wanted information and we don't have anything.
I see. In that case, certainly.
Okay.
Yeah,
She says, so it'll be the doorway to your immediate left, down the hallway, and second door on your right.
On our immediate left.
Yep.
Okay, this door, I assume.
Yep. And then down that hallway, and second door to the right.
Okay. Whoop, everybody.
Everybody's deciding to stare at the clerk. Apparently she's very pretty.
Yes. What's it?
She's not
I
like the
am
girls
not
on the
swayed
farm.
by the females.
For some reason, Matt's going back to the front door.
Okay, bye.
Why not? Oh wait, what?
Oh, sorry, it's up here.
My
Yep.
glow is not glowy enough for you, I guess.
The clerk
Oh, there
looks
you
at
are. I
Matt.
see. I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Wrong door. I have a
Yep.
problem with
Watches
doors.
Matt just kind of pole vault around the room.
Make way,
Parkour.
everyone. I take large steps.
Mr. Inscrutable sees you enter and goes, "Ah, fantastic. You have arrived. Are you ready to start the mapping?"
To start, yes. Although we also have another appointment that we're going to have to try to make as well. So we figured we'd get the lay of the land, at least, and kind of see what we're in for.
Oh, no problem, no problem. I expect the job will probably take a week to about 10 days to get everything. Most people aren't quite that fast.
All right. Well, in that case, yeah, we're all ready to get started.
Do you intend to take that sweet little green child down into all that danger?
Looking at Troll Mama. It's her call. Troll Mama. Did we lose you?
Togepi.
What? Oh, I'm sorry.
Mr. Inscrutable asked if you wanted to leave, take Moomin down with you to the dungeon.
Well, I guess I can't leave him by himself.
He goes, "Don't worry, I've got just the person to help out." He whistles and his toucan lands on his shoulder. He looks at it really intently for a moment, and the bird looks back at him as if they're communicating in a way that you guys can't hear. The bird takes off through the door that you came through, and then a few minutes later, Mint, you can hear Mint coming up the hall, and she pops in behind you. She goes, "What can I do, sir?" And he says, "Take this sweet green thing and take care of him while they are down there. You are on official troll baby duty."
Alicia would be very reluctant.
Mint looks up at you and smiles and holds out her arms.
You're not gonna do anything. You're just gonna take care of him, right?
Well, I assume he'd want some food. I can go get him some stuff from the butcher shop, and then maybe I will take him and put him in the crib we have for the troll children. Since we don't own him, we won't give him the standard formula that we give to the trolls we keep in the back.
What is the standard formula?
Mr. Inscrutable snaps his fingers and smiles and says, "I am glad you asked." He says, "Follow me." And he comes up to this door right here, opens it up, and walks inside.
We have fallen down a rabbit hole here.
Oops.
Yes. Mint is following behind. You see Mr. Inscrutable standing in front of several large windows that lead into a massive room, and he waves you over to come take a look. And let me move that. When you get to the windows, you notice two massive fat trolls just kind of lumbering around the room. They don't seem angry about anything. There's lots of food just laying around. They seem very docile.
This
And-
place seems familiar.
They see you, and this one just starts slowly lumbering towards you, kind of like a big baby. And the closer you get, the closer he gets, you notice he's drooling, and his eyes look unfocused. And Mr. Inscrutable says, "We give them a proprietary mixture to take all the aggression out of them. It doesn't affect the richness of their blood, but it does keep them docile." And as you're looking, you notice a large metal something grafted into its skin around its midsection.
Aha.
Oh, what's that?
Ah, that, my dear, would be the tap. You see, we got Brutus and Fugu here when they were little things like your dear sweet little green child, and we were able to pacify them and install the tap. It allows us to almost painlessly extract the blood, and it prevents us from extracting too much. These two have been particular favorites of mine for the last 20 years.
Oh,
Got it.
And the troll just kind of looks at you and then lumbers back to his meal.
Well, that certainly was enlightening.
I don't. I.
Mint from the back says, "We won't give them any of the same stuff. I'll take good care of the little baby." And she kind of jumps on the balls of her feet like she's very excited.
Felicia would just look at everyone else.
You guys,
Should I?
you're the
For
one.
now.
You took on this whole deal. This is your decision.
Yeah, but I value your opinions too. And I'm nervous.
Maybe like for now, it might be all right.
Just so
We
you
can
know,
come
Jack,
back
there are
and
no
get him.
steroids in this world.
Aw, boo.
Let's
can
not
come back
give the
and get him
baby
later.
troll steroids also.
Well, okay.
Mint comes up. "Does he have a name?"
Moomin?
"Oh, little baby Moomin." And she reaches out to take him from you.
She slowly, reluctantly hand him over.
Mint takes Moomin and starts tickling him under his chin and making him giggle. And she's walking away. "Let's get you something to eat." And she leaves the room and presumably takes Moomin off somewhere safe. Mr. Inscrutable looks over and is like, "Good. With that taken care of, I can show you the entrance."
Yep, that we can do.
And he walks back into the other room. Says, "These are the stairs down to the underquarter. They lead directly into my workshop, which is why you can see it's a pressing matter that we get this thoroughly mapped out. Occasionally, people come in here, and I need to know where they might retreat to."
That's fair. That's a fair concern.
All right. Are you guys going to proceed down?
I mean, I'm proceeding down. Anybody else?
Yes, let's
Sure.
head down.
Mr. Inscrutable says, "All right, I will keep somebody here to keep an eye for when you return."
All right, guys. So we're gonna have to set up a string somewhere too.
All right. So you find yourself in a fairly dark tunnel. And you see a couple statues glowing in the distance. You are free to go where you wish.
Is there a railing or a doorknob or something we can tie the string to where we are?
You could tie it to the banister behind you, the handrail on the stairs that you came down.
Then I suggest we do that.
Okay.
All right.
For the moment, could you move me? Because I'm having to refresh Foundry.
Sure. I'll just have you follow our paladin.
Yeah, I'll
he's
be
glowing.
sticking. I'll be sticking close to the paladin.
Okay. So the paladin, who is lit up, would you like to lead the way?
Yep.
Not
that's
too
what I'm
fast so
doing.
people can follow you.
Yep. Although you should be able to see me even in the darkness.
Is it having troubles?
Yeah.
There we go.
Um,
I don't know why it keeps taking control away from you. Let's see here. It still
Because
has.
it's racist against elves.
that must be it.
Try using your WASD key. See if they move them.
Oh.
Yep. Okay. And I'll try to keep everybody going until you guys get refreshed in. All right.
So, do we want to go through one of these doors on the side, or keep going forward, or do we want to pattern this at all?
Everybody, roll a perception for me.
Oh no.
I will if I can. But Foundry is still not. Oh wait! It just cooperated. And then
Awesome.
it looked like it wasn't cooperating, and then it did cooperate. But I'd already refreshed it by the time it was cooperating.
I will roll for you.
Thank you.
All right. So everybody but the glowing paladin notices that the statue furthest away from you has 3 signs hanging from it.
Hmm. Um,
I can't comment on this, so whatever you guys want to do about it, one way or the other.
what do the signs say?
You are not close enough to read them.
Oh. Can I get a little bit closer?
Yes, you can.
Thank you.
So, as you all approach the signs, you see the one to the left says the trial of war, the one in the middle says the trial of time, and the one to the right says the trial of the chicken.
Oh my. Wartime or chicken? I don't think it means food. I think it means chicken, like coward chicken.
Well, because we are supposed to face all 3 of these eventually, seeing as we have to go through the entire labyrinth, I would recommend that we pick one wall on the passageway and then just follow that in case these trial rooms continue to break off into paths. That way we'll eventually reach the end of those, loop back into this hall, and then be able to proceed.
Or is this one here, the middle one, is this the trial of time? Because we don't actually have a lot of time. We don't want to do that.
So
Let's see,
the
we
one
got
in the
one
middle
door, 2 doors, 3 doors, 4 doors, and then this corridor.
War, time, and cowardice, basically.
I hope it doesn't turn us into chickens.
Well, that might be a problem as well, yeah. We'd better do that one last then, just in case.
Okay, well that pretty much leaves that if we're gonna do something, if we are gonna do something down here, as opposed to just getting the lay of the land, then we got to do the war one.
Yes, let's do that.
Okay.
All
Which
right.
is
To
this
your
one to the
left.
left, or is it this one to the left?
It's the top one to your left.
Okay, so what are these?
They
Nothing?
do not have signs.
Interesting. Oh man. All right. Whoop.
You guys might want to follow.
Oh, there's another door in here. Hang on.
Are we on? No. Foundry is cooperating now, so I can follow. There we are.
All right, we are in a long tunnel.
Ah.
There you are. And making another
I'm
turn.
going to
All right. The corridor
Yeah.
seems fairly dusty. So as you enter the room, there is another sign. And I'm going to pull everybody back real quick before you go too far.
Nope.
Yep.
Oh, on the door.
So on the door, there is a sign on the door. And it's almost like a poem, but not quite. Let me pull it up real quick. It says, "Lords and kings will fight and roar, but how do you stop a brother's war?"
A brother's war.
And the door will open. So, but it's just it's just kind of engraved on the side of the door.
Do we have any idea what that means, folks?
How do you stop a brother's war?
Stop a brother's
We tell them to
war.
play nice, clearly.
Yeah.
You have never had brothers.
Jack says, "If I had a silver piece for every adventure party I was a voice that turned into a literal chicken, I'd have 2 silver, which isn't much, but it's weird that it happened
It
twice."
happened twice. Oh yeah, I can imagine. All right, well, are we going in here?
I think we better.
Sure, we can keep it in mind. The poem.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right, you enter, and in the room you see 2 dummies. I'm going to pause you guys real quick. And the dummies turn to you, and they start advancing on you. Everybody, roll initiative.
Oh, let me get on in here.
Let's see here.
Whoop. Can I come in?
Here we are.
Oh, yeah, let me get Matt in here.
Get me in there. Pop me wherever. And I will do, and then I will roll initiative.
Yep.
Oh, there we go.
All right. Let me pop this out real quick. So first, it would be Togepi. What do you want to do?
I guess I might take my bow and shoot at the top guy.
Okay, go ahead. All right. Wow.
Oh.
Yep. That hits it, and that kills it.
Oh.
So it disintegrates into just a pile of wood chips, but the moment it disintegrates, let's take a look here. Another one pops up behind it, near the entrance back here.
Oh.
All right. That would, and I got to roll for it. Okay. And that moves to the doll's turn. It moves up to the group, but it's sprinted too far, so it can't attack. The next one moves up to Matt, but it also sprinted too far. It is Molly's turn. What would you like to do, Molly?
I would like to detect magic on them to see why one came back,
All right.
and then I'll run.
All right. So you cast Detect Magic, and the magic's kind of odd. You can definitely tell it's artifice of some kind, but it feels thin and spread out over the entire room. And which direction would you like to run?
Probably towards the bottom right corner.
The bottom right corner?
Yes.
That would expose you to 2 attacks of opportunity. Are you sure?
Okay, never mind. Probably towards the bottom left corner.
That will expose you to 1 attack of opportunity.
What?
Yep, you're next to this thing, so it's going to be attack of opportunity if you try to move. And unfortunately, I am not next to you. Otherwise, I could use protection to protect you, but I am not.
Can I scoot next to him?
You have Togepi between you and him, so it would be difficult.
Could I go around Togepi?
Not without incurring an attack of opportunity. You do have a weapon. You can try to attack the thing.
Oh, so I do. Yeah, I'll do that then.
All right. You have a short sword or you have a short bow. Which would you prefer to use?
I'll use the sword because it's right there.
All right. You hit it. And just like the first one, it disintegrates. But let's see here. The moment it disintegrates, 3 more pop up at different spots of the room. And I have to put these guys in here too. I did not think out this mechanic very well.
Aha, you played yourself.
I did a bit. Oh, right. Anything else you'd like to do, Molly?
Can I get next to Glow Stick now?
Yes, you can.
Yay.
You are now next to him. Matt, it is now your turn.
How do you stop a brother's war? Well, if I do something to this, he's going to probably multiply. All right, I will address the dummy.
All right.
What started the war?
It does not respond.
Is there anything in the room that suggests
little broken bits of wood and rocks, but really nothing else.
I see. Well, if I stab him, we're going to be dealing with 3 more. But if I don't stab him, I'm assuming he's armed.
They all do seem to have a small rusty dagger.
All right, I'm gonna hold him here. I'm gonna take the dodge action,
Okay.
which means he'll have disadvantage on attacking me.
So you're basically disengaging.
No, I'm staying here, but I'm taking the dodge action.
Oh, if he tries to attack you?
Yeah, if he tries to attack me, he'll be at disadvantage.
All right. Is that going to be your turn?
That's going to be my turn.
Okay. It is now this one's turn, and he is going to move up to the group. And it is now Usagi's turn.
Okay. I don't know if I could try to just roll straight wisdom or insight or something like that as far as what we were told on the door, just because I know my character is not exactly a brainiac.
You can make a check. What kind of check would you like to make?
If I can maybe make some sort of wisdom or insight check as to...
You can make a history check if you'd like. That would probably make the most sense, or a religion check. Either one.
They're both -1, so...
Or even an arcana check, but that's also -1. So
yeah, all of them are -1. So I guess I'll try history to start with. Oh boy.
Nothing occurs to you at this moment.
Yep. Oh boy. Shoot. What can I do? Can I do anything that would not involve blowing one of them up? Well, I guess I can bless. I can, I guess I can bless everybody except me.
Okay.
Boom.
All right.
Oh.
You all get an additional 1 to, I'm assuming, attack rolls.
It should be attack and save, I think.
Okay. You guys get an additional 1 to attacks and saves.
Oh, and then also as a bonus action, I guess I can also, again, the same thing. I can try Bardic Inspiration for at least somebody. Who I'm going to be asking this. Who thinks that they can think their way through this problem the best?
I assume that would be the most intelligent one.
Right, well, I'm asking the team here.
I mean, I don't know.
Oddly, the most intelligent person in your party is Felicia.
What?
Well,
yeah, you have an intelligence of 15.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
You're like a genius compared to me, man. I'm kind of the R word.
Oh. Nice censor.
Well, I mean, it's on YouTube, so.
Yeah.
But basically speaking, though, we do want someone who has a good history, it sounds like, or religion or arcana. So I presume that would end up being either Doc or Rockstar.
You can do an arcana check as well.
Oh, I can do an arcana check?
Well, not on your turn, until your next turn. But you could do a history, arcana, or religion.
Right. So I'm asking everybody who thinks that they would do the best with that.
Well, I'm sort of trying to puzzle through it right now.
Okay, well, in that case, I guess I will Bardic Inspiration someone with the highest int, and so that's going to be Troll Mama.
Felicia. Yep. Wow, +5.
Oh.
All right. I'm
Do
assuming
the thinking for us.
And that moves us to this doll, who's going to run up to the paladin. It is now Togepi's turn.
All right, so I guess, could I roll for intelligence?
You can roll for history, religion, or arcana.
Okay. History.
In your case, I would just say history or religion. You aren't a
Yeah.
magic caster, so Arcana would not make sense in this.
Okay, I'll do. They're all the same.
All right.
Ooh, dirty
So
20.
in history, you do remember hearing stories of a lesser known war known as the Brothers' War. And there is two endings to the Brothers' War. The actual ending of the Brothers' War, which was bloody and violent, but then you know of the one that they sing about where the two brothers come together at the end of the war, shake hands and embrace, and then pass away in each other's arms.
Aw. Then I guess I tell everyone that.
Okay?
Remember. So maybe we take two dummies and we make them hug.
Okay.
All right.
Thoughts?
All right, you still have your full actions this turn.
That is
so.
right.
So if that's your plan, you would have to grapple one. Well, you'd probably each have to grapple one.
So maybe I can grapple. Oop, I can move. Grapple the one that's 2 squares above me.
You would have to be next to it to grapple it.
Okay, I'd have to move, but I can't. I can move.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
Maybe there. That's okay.
Paused.
And you want to try to grapple it?
Sure.
That's a basic strength check.
Okay.
And I need to do an opposing strength check. You fail to grapple the doll.
Damn. Okay.
Man, even with the bless and the bardic? Dang.
Oh, no. With the blessing, you definitely grapple the doll.
Oh.
The doll is now grappled.
Yay.
Moving on to the next one's turn. This one next to Matt turns to Matt and tries to attack him. And it
Alrighty.
succeeds and does 3 damage.
At disadvantage, yeah?
Let's do another one then. I forgot you had disadvantage there. I'll just roll another d20. And that will count as its second roll. Yeah. Yeah, it got 2 20s.
Oof.
In fact, the second roll was higher, so you take 3 damage.
Alrighty.
Okay. And that moves to the next doll, which then runs down towards Togepi.
Yep.
And that makes it Molly's turn. What would you like to do, Molly?
I would like to scoot up 1 square and then grapple.
Now, that would put you between the 2 dolls.
Ah, man.
You can still move the other side of the doll without getting attacked.
I
So
would
that
like
the dolls
to do
would be
that
facing
then.
each other. Okay. And I assume you want to try to grapple it?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to make a strength check. Wow. Natural 20. So as long as it doesn't get a natural 20, yep, you successfully grapple the doll.
Which one does Togepi have? The one above her or the one?
The one right next to her.
Aha.
Now kiss.
All right. So that would be your turn. Matt, it is now your turn.
Right. So I can try maybe and grapple.
All
I
right.
can try maybe and grapple this thing.
Make a strength check.
I'm not particularly strong, but I'll give it a go. A strength.
It would be the
Oh,
one
there it
on
is.
the.
I see it. All right. Ability check. Bang.
And it opposes,
it's
it
not.
fails, so it is grappled.
All right.
All right. That makes it the doll that's grappled by Molly's turn. Make a strength check for me, Molly.
Oh.
Oh,
What's it?
yeah, that's Togepi.
Oh.
Okay, and I will make a save. It does not break free.
Oh, good.
That moves to Usagi's turn.
Okay. So wait. Sorry, I can't see. For some reason, it says game paused on my side. And then... There we go.
Yep, you're good.
Okay, so Ninja is grappling with the one above her, right?
The one above you. The one above her is still ungrappled.
Can I just jump to like here?
I I won't let you jump there, but I will let you jump here.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well, then I'll try to grapple this one.
Okay.
Next,
Go ahead
next.
and roll a strength check.
Yep. Ba-doop, boop, boom. Strength. Wait a minute. Is that the check, or is
Yep.
it?
And it fails its strength check. It is now grappled.
Okay. Perfect.
All right. It is this doll's turn. I will need Togepi to roll a strength check. Oh, that's a natural failure. The doll escapes your grapple, but it can't do anything else. Its turn. But it is now your turn again. So do you want to try to grapple it again? Togepi?
Did we lose her?
She's still in the chat, but I can't hear her.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. Yes, I'd like to grapple again.
Okay, roll a strength check. Okay, you successfully grapple it. You still have a movement. Would you like to try to move them together?
I would like to.
All right, which one are you trying to move to?
I'm trying to move to the one to the right that the
Okay.
doc's got.
All right, you guys move them towards each other and press them face to face, and the two dolls hug each other and drop their weapons.
Yay!
Huzzah!
All right, the last two are still, we still have to get through, so I'm just going to delete these two. You guys are still grappling, or you don't have to grapple them anymore. They're holding each other.
I'll do.
Okay, and that moves on to this one's turn. Matt, make a strength check for me.
All right. Strength check. Ooh.
All right, it fails to break free.
Oh, nice.
Moving to the next one. Usagi, make a strength check for me.
Alrighty. Do-do.
It fails its check.
Oh, okay, cool.
So it's still grappled. Molly, it is now your turn.
I mean, the two things are grappled already, right?
Yep. Which about the best you could do is try to move out of the way, I guess.
Yeah, I'll get out of the way.
Okay. I'll just move you to the side here. And Matt, it is your turn.
I'm going to drag this guy.
Okay. I take it you're going to drag him right here.
Yep, I'm going to drag him over there.
All right. You press the two together, and just like the first, they hug each other. And you hear a click as a door opens on the other side of the room.
All right.
Huzzah! This door, I assume.
Against
Do
our
we
better
want-
nature, we managed to actually solve that one.
Yeah.
In
I'm
spite
impressed.
of ourselves, yes.
Yeah.
Is there a sign on this door?
There is not.
Do we want to continue, guys?
Yeah, let's carry on. Let's see what's going on up
Okay.
here.
Okay. All right. You enter a room with nearly nothing in it. But in the far corner of the room is a very small door.
How small is very small?
It looks a bit like a vent.
Oh.
Chicken sized.
And what is the? Is there a sign on that?
Nope.
Or
No sign. It just looks like a vent. Looks like you could push it open.
Can we peek inside?
If you open it.
Cool if I open it, guys?
I assume.
I squat down and open it.
Okay.
Gotta hope it's not more bears.
So there is another door behind it. I'm going to assume you open that too. It opens to a long hallway, a long vent-like structure, about 4 feet high. You have to crouch to get through it. But
I can
you
fit through.
hear
Oh.
someone talking from the other side.
Ooh. Can I listen in?
You cannot make out what they're saying.
Oh, shoot.
Can you make a perception check for me?
Can I listen in?
19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19
If you want to proceed further, you might want to roll a stealth check, and I'm going to end combat.
I could do that.
Okay, roll stealth for me.
All right.
All right, you're not.
Well,
The-
hang on.
the most-
Well, I guess with the bless, I don't know if that's going to add it. Plus, she also has bardic inspiration, so I don't know if.
That would be on attack and on the attack rolls.
Oh, okay.
But you are free to try to do another one on their stealth skill.
I can roll again?
Oh no, if she decides to use bardic inspiration
Oh.
on that.
Okay.
Keep in mind, you are singing, so the singing itself might not be very stealthy.
Yeah.
But you are sneaking, just not the best sneaking you've ever done.
Okay. I guess I'll peek in at
Okay.
least a little bit.
So the closer you get, the clearer the sound becomes. Sorry, there's no light in here.
Oh, I was like,
Let
Yeah.
me
You left the glow stick behind.
give me 1 second. I will give you a little bit of light. So you see little bits of light leaking in that lead all the way down.
You're crawling across chips.
Yeah, somebody's
It's not very
somebody's
stealthy.
Yes.
kinda
Sorry.
it's like you're crawling across packing peanuts.
very sneaky.
And as you get to the end, let's see here. Sorry, these should be open.
Oh, yeah.
You notice a room on the other side, and what looks like bars going across, something you can't get past. But when you look in the room, you see several zombies and the guy who was hanging from that noose the other day. And he's talking to them. It's like, finally back, but I just don't feel it like I used to. And it's like, I need you to bring me more victims. I need you to bring me more blood. But at that moment, you hear a door behind the man open, and he whips around as fast as he can. He's like, I've seen you before, but I need something fresh, something new. And he lunges at the man, only to be immediately rebuffed and tossed back. And Mark looks up at him and goes, "What on earth?" And the thing says, "Not from Earth." And suddenly there's a shift in Mark's expression. And the thing addresses him, says, "I brought you back to this world for one purpose. It might have escaped your paper-thin notice, but there are paladins in this city now. I have seen them. I do not need my plans interrupted any further than they have to be. I brought you back to run interference." Mark looks at him and says, "I don't work for anybody but myself. I don't care what you think you are or what pit you think you crawled out of. I don't know if I've ever killed one of your kind, but that won't make me stop trying." And he's about to lunge, and all of a sudden he falls to his knees and starts wailing, and his outline becomes a little blurry. And you hear the thing say, "A pitiful attempt. You sold your soul when you made that wish. You belong to me, and if you don't want to be used for the final doorway, you will do as I say." And Jack just starts, not Jack, I don't like him, Jack. Mark starts wailing, "I'll do whatever you say. Stop. I can feel myself slipping back into the void." And the voice goes, "Good, good. Now, do as you have been instructed. I will call you if I need you." And you hear a few footsteps fall away, and the door shuts. And Mark Mark is left there panting. I have to hunt paladins now. I'll break free of this. All of you. Someone's beeping.
That is my insulin pump.
All of you, go find the paladins. Don't attack them. Just let me know where they are. And all the zombies in the room start faithfully shuffling out. You hear the door open, and one by one, they all leave your sight, followed by Mark, leaving the room completely empty. You are free to return to your party.
I will do that. I got some tea spillage. Okay.
Go ahead and tell him.
That is a whole lot. Wow. So you're not gonna believe me. Remember Mark, that guy? He was right there, and then there was another guy in there that I think he's like the mastermind of it all, and he's using him for something, but he like has to do everything he says, or else he'll be used for a doorway. I don't know what the doorway is. Guys, it was insane.
Did you get a look at the other one?
No, I couldn't see him.
Where did Mark go?
He walked out. And now he's searching for paladins, by the way. Oh, yeah. He's searching for paladins.
Okay, I think we ought to go talk to the man with the splendid horse.
Yeah.
Well, you're
About
only
this-
half paladin, aren't you? So you're semi-fine.
I'm semi-fine, yes. So we want to talk to him so that we can get this part of the mission turned in, and then it sounds like there's a mastermind. So possibly, if we
let's
can
do
lure
it.
him out.
Quick time check. Where's everybody at?
I'm okay.
I'm okay, but it depends, yeah.
All right for the next, for the next 20 minutes or so.
Okay. So you guys want to head back to town?
Sure.
Yes.
All right. You follow. I'm going to just pause you because you guys can pick up where you left off.
Right.
You follow the string back to the stairway, and I will. You leave through Mr. Inscrutable's store. The clerk is waiting there to greet you and says, you're done for the day. All right. I will let the Mister know. And you make your way back to the town. It is now evening.
Do they give me Moomin back?
Yes, you were able to get Moomin back from Mint. He seems full and a little happy.
Yeah.
And Mint looks at you and says, he did very well. He ate 2 whole buckets of meat bits. And then we cleaned him and we played. And I think I even taught him a few words. Though they don't sound right yet.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. She hands him back to you. You guys come back at evening time to your inn. What would you like to do?
Well, I thought we were going to head to try to meet with Bradford.
You would meet with him in the morning.
Right, but even at that inn, he still wouldn't be there?
He would be at his guild hall.
Oh, okay.
Which I hate to be the one to inform you of this, but while he can walk into yours, he's a paladin. He's a high-ranking member of what people would refer to as a proper guild. Whereas you aren't even proper members of...
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say the Blue Dandelions have a reputation.
Yeah.
The fact that Patch was so impressed that you came back without breaking anything from your first mission should tell you everything you need to know.
Right.
You
Well,
are free,
I
you
guess
are free
we'll
to
head
have
out.
dinner and wait for him in the morning at your guild.
Yep.
All right. Hang on one second. All right, you come. So I guess you guys are gonna go to bed and eat your food and go check the guild in the morning.
Yep.
All right, you guys have a good meal. Sleep very well. You hear a bit of noise in the night, and you hear guards chasing someone. But aside from that, your sleep is undisturbed. You wake up in the morning. Breakfast will be ready an hour after sunrise. And so I assume you're going to do your push-ups still.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You do your push-ups, and you eat breakfast, and the day is done, or the morning is ready. Let me just put some people here. All right. You guys are free to do as you wish.
Well, I'm going to eat breakfast.
Breakfast. You have eaten breakfast. It was fantastic. Today it was poached eggs with some sourdough bread, a couple strips of bacon, and a bowl of oatmeal flavored with honey and cinnamon.
Oh, they don't muck about here. Brilliant.
Oh, you're in the best inn. Like this is like if there was 5-star system here, they would definitely be 6.
Whoa.
All right. So your breakfast is done. What would you guys like to do?
Well, I think outside of once we're done petting cat, probably we're gonna head out to go meet with
Jacket has crapped itself a few times. In fact, Moomin is walking around with a full load right now.
Okay, let me prestidigitation that really quick.
You're a godsend.
Because none of us want to deal with that. Why is my spellbook gone again?
I will do it for you.
Moomin ate it.
It keeps
Right.
disappearing.
Moomin is now clean, though he still smells vaguely trollish. You are going to have to teach this child to bathe every day.
I'll work on it.
All right. I take it you guys are heading to your guild. Is it not letting you move?
We can
we
move.
gotta
Okay.
confer with he who must not be named.
Yeah. All good. And he is... Where is he? He's over here.
He would be in your guild hall.
Oh,
It's over here, I think, if I remember correctly.
That's the prison. And the
Yeah,
sheriff's
well,
office.
look, the camera doesn't move. I don't have a mouse, so I have to just sort of walk blindly after a point.
Here, right?
Yep.
Here we
There
go.
we go.
Cat first.
Bradford kind of eyes you because he tried to hail you and then you made a beeline for the cat. He goes, hell, have you
Priorities.
found out anything? Had some trouble last night ourselves, but I'll let you go first.
As a matter of fact, I think one of us has some information for you. Looks pointedly at Ninja.
so
Are you well, yeah, no, I'm going to let you go ahead and tell it again.
So the guy, he was in a sort of dungeon place we went yesterday, and there's apparently a mastermind that's controlling him.
Bradford is smiling at you and nodding along.
And he threatened that if he didn't do what he said, he'd use him for a doorway. I don't know what that is, but
Bradford frowns and looks over at Tempest. Tempest opens a book and starts scanning. And Bradford says, we'll look into that.
oh, and also now they're looking for paladins.
Ah, noticed my arrival, did they? And it looks like they confused you for one, too. He looks over at our glowing paladin initiate.
I mean, it's pretty weird considering I'm a bard, so...
A bard that glows with divine energy.
Yeah.
Because I'm that good.
It's like, did you get a good look at the mastermind?
I couldn't see him. It was too dark.
Did he do anything to him?
Yeah, he kind of made him blurry. I don't know how else to describe it.
Bradford starts stroking his chin. And Tempest looks up at you and goes, did he mention... He said he's the one that brought him back?
I think so.
She starts thinking to herself, he must have some means of controlling. Did he say how he brought him back?
I can't remember, I don't think.
You would remember that he said he brought him back because he wished to be brought back.
Oh, yeah. He said he wished.
Wished. Wish. And she puts that book away and she opens up another book. Matt, make a perception roll.
Oh. All right.
Okay, so while nobody else in the party can read this book, you notice this book is written in a very similar language to the book you guys got from the witch.
Just want to
Hang on. And
nip
before you,
around.
yeah, you go ahead and keep moving.
Yeah. You mentioned that if we accepted the job, we would get a look at the book.
She looks at you kind of confused. Is like, you can read this?
You've not given me a look at the book, so I don't know, do I?
She invites you over. And you look down at the book and you see it is a book on devils. And she says, wishes dealing with souls. That certainly sounds like something of the darker persuasion, but not demonic. I think something more ordered. You can read this. What do you think?
What do I think? Having having a look at it.
Make an Arcana check.
All right. Ooh. Arcana, bang.
Oh, so you know a surprising amount about devils. Given that you are a farm boy, you heard many, many tales about them as children. You know that they tend to make deals, and they have very strict rules they follow, but they will always look for loopholes in the contracts they make.
Well, I mean, I know you mentioned devils. I know only what I know from from the stories I've heard. They're very, very tricksy. They will almost always betray you.
Indeed.
And they will never make a deal that they can't exploit. And that seems to be what they did with this guy.
She continues to tap her chin. She's like, but I can't think of a devil that just grants wishes like that. It's like,
This is a very crispy book you're reading.
Yeah. It's like, there are benefits to being teamed up with a paladin. I get access to the forbidden sections in the library at the Basilica. There are indeed, you would all know that there are many, many perks to being in the party with a registered paladin.
At which point you look pointedly at me, I assume.
So it's kind of like, to give you guys a bit of history, paladins are very big throughout history. They're almost treated like lords, but they're one of the few cases that a person can go from peasantry to effectively de facto nobility. Paladins can be granted lands and titles, but those lands and titles will revert to the church upon their death. They are also given access to the best jobs, often the best weapons, and they are called upon by the church in times of need.
That book is very, very crispy. I'm amazed how crispy it is.
Jack says, Genie necromancy is still necromancy. I say we take off and nuke the whole site from orbit. It's the only way to be sure. She looks like, yes, I wish I could have checked out a different book, because I don't think I've read through this one once, and I don't think that it has anything about devils that grant wishes except for those that have ridiculous requirements to enter our world. It would have to be a small level demon, because she looks over at Bradford and says, have you noticed enough evil for a high level devil? And Bradford thinks for a moment. He says, hang on. And he walks outside, and he kind of takes a deep breath in and kind of senses the area around him. He taps his chin. He does it again. He walks back in and says, Nothing that strong. You would think something that big would be easy to find. I'm getting evil everywhere, but it's low level. And Tempest looks back, is like, I'm having trouble figuring it out. I don't think the answer is in this book. I might have to go back to the Reagitorium. Whoever is eating chips, I will kindly ask you to mute yourself when you eat chips.
All right.
Okay. Does anybody else want to ask anything? Or Matt, did you want to continue your conversation?
I will step away. I don't want to give away too much that I can read everything in this book.
Tempest, who a moment ago was looking kind of excited that somebody else could read what she reads, is looking a little bit downcast. She's like, I guess I will have to head back to the Reagitorium and do some more research.
Well, if you could leave the book with us, and we'll see
She looks at
if
you
we
and
can
goes,
get someone translated.
I promised the bishop that I would keep hold of the book at all times. It's very, very rare. And as you would know, since you are trained to read it, that such knowledge can be corrupting all on its own. I cannot part with the book. I'm sworn an oath.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to do anything stupid with it. I'm just going to hold it for you.
She says, you're free to come with me?
You know what? I might take you up on that.
All right. I take it you guys are going to go research.
Yeah, go
Right,
do a bit of research.
Anybody want to say anything before they go?
Have fun, lovebirds.
Say again?
Have fun, lovebirds.
I ship it.
Matt has acquired himself an emo wizard girlfriend.
Yes.
Now can he just keep up the act? All right. Does anybody want to follow along while they go to research? Or do you want to wait here?
Might as well follow along.
Okay. Let me reactivate the Reagitorium. And I'm going to have to move you all. So I'm pausing you because reasons. All right, and let me throw Bradford and Tempest in there. All right, you all arrive at the Reagitorium. And almost immediately, the clerks call out for their boss. Because the paladin has just walked in. To which Mr. Inscrutable appears in a puff of smoke. And let me just pull him up. And he pops up in front of me. He goes, how can I help you all today? Oh, sorry, let me do it right. How can I help you all today?
Well, I think we're here to do a bit more research.
Did you find something interesting that you'd care to share? And Tempest runs up and says, we think we might be dealing with a devil. The sorcerer points to you. She points to Matt and says, the sorcerer here can also read the language. Do you have anything on devils? And Mr. Inscrutable strokes his beard and affects a thinking pose and goes, devils. Why? Yes. I think I might. Can you give me a bit more detail? And Tempest looks at him and goes, and then she looks at Ninja and says, she can. And Mr. Inscrutable turns his multicolored eyes to you and goes, well, let's hear it.
Okay, so I got the story down pat. I snuck through a vent. There's a guy that's in charge of him. The dead guy made a wish, and the mastermind brought him back. And he said if he doesn't do what he says, he is going to use him for a doorway. And now they're looking for paladins. That's all I know.
Mr. Inscrutable is still sitting in his thinking position and goes, I think I've got the idea of what you're talking about. And he disappears in a puff of smoke and then reappears a moment later with a book in his hands. And he opens the book and he says, I think what you're dealing with here is a fire opal djinn. A very, very, very rare demon type. It grants wishes for anybody who wishes, but the cost is their soul. What you'll be looking for to determine where he is, or where he is going to be, will be a large fire opal. Now, here's the catch. The devil itself is not that strong. It can only act on the wishes of others. So, when hunting a fire opal djinn, be careful what you wish for. And he's affecting his pose as if he's waiting for dramatic effect.
Polite tea clap.
Whoa.
Be careful what we wish for, eh?
Did you have any questions for him?
How does one deal with such a creature?
Mr. Inscrutable starts striking poses as he talks. He's like, it's a little bit difficult, you see. They can affect the disguise of anybody whose face they take. And that's not a metaphor. He literally has to take their face. He wears it over his own. He can look just like them, talk just like them. And if he is smart, he can pull their thoughts in the last moments to act just like them. But they will often try to find a place to stay. Now, fire opal djinns are special. They're low-level devils, but that don't mean they're weak. You see, they collect the souls. They need 1,000 to open the gateway to their home world or plane, straight to the hells, you see. And when that's open, they can bring in their masters. But there's a caveat, because one person had to wake the fire opal djinn, and that person gets 3 wishes. It's upon collecting the 1,000 wishes and then granting the 3 that it can open the gate. So you will be looking for a large red gem, something along the lines of a big ruby, about the size of a child's fist.
So, we know that someone's face got taken.
At least one person.
Do we know who that person was?
We can find out.
We can find out. We better find out, yeah. And we know where the bloke is. He's using the tunnels. And the djinn might be down there for the moment.
How do we protect ourselves from this thing?
Mr. Inscrutable continues to strike poses as he talks. So, direct conflict is difficult while it's in its disguise. Devils are tricky creatures. It probably has some artifact that is hiding itself, so you won't be able to find it right away. But the best thing you can do when dealing with something that gets its power from granted wishes is to not make any wishes.
Don't wish anything at all.
Well, not out loud. Words have power, you see. There's a reason we chant when we cast spells. Words are like the language that makes things happen if you know what I mean. But being a sorcerer yourself, you might not be entirely aware of all the study that a wizard must go. No disrespect now, but careful what you say. Words have power. Contracts can be formed verbally.
Right. We'd better be very careful then.
Anything
I
else?
don't want a verbal contract.
Oh, the contract is you get your wish, it gets your soul.
Yeah, that seems like a bad deal. I need my soul, I'm using it.
Mr. Inscrutable then adds, also, the wishes, like all wishes, are never granted like you think they will be. That might explain all the dead things walking back through the streets. People might be overheard wishing, what if I could get my loved ones back? Fully thinking that they're going to be as they were, only to come back as they are. And he looks at you like what he said is profoundly deep.
Yeah, Daddy-O.
Yeah, well, given my low IQ, I'm probably like, oh yeah, that's super deep. Wow. This man's spitting fire.
Well, anybody else want to ask anything?
Is there a way to catch these things? I mean, they're jinn, so...
It can be difficult. You see, they're not like the jinn of the material plane. You see, we know of jinn as spirits of the elements, a soul that forced its way back into our world. But a fire opal jinn is a devil. It is purely a devil. So, identifying it is hard because it has to hide. So your best bet would be to look for the fire opal that brought it here.
Will?
Anything else you guys want to ask?
Does anyone here happen to know anyone whose face went missing? Figured I might as
Bradford looks over at you and says, yes, I'm aware of something of that line. I talked to some folks in the guild. They said it was a merchant, but nobody could identify him, sadly, without the face. But he was left naked in a field, and the only reason that they think he was a merchant is because he was a rather corpulent fellow.
Ah,
Well, surely someone must be... Well, I guess at the moment a lot of people are missing.
Mr. Inscrutable looks at you and says, this is a merchant town. People come and people go.
Right. It sounds like we may need to really find someone. I don't know. I'm at the limits. I'm at the limits of my brain.
Bradford steps up and says, all right, I'm going to stop everything right here. And he looks at Mr. Inscrutable and says, I thank you for helping us out, but this sounds like official church business, and I will have to be bringing my authority to bear here. This should not leave this building. Do you understand, good sir? And Mr. Inscrutable looks at him, stands up straight, and then does the action of zipping his lips. And he turns to the rest of you and says, do you understand? And he's suddenly not as flippant as normal. He looks very serious.
I do understand. We gotta go talk.
It's like, I want to make sure you know that we don't want to cause a panic here. Tempest wasn't lying when she said such knowledge among the populace can be corrupting. And some people would willingly part with their souls if they knew there was something out there granting wishes, regardless of how that might turn out. And he's looking at you sternly to make sure you understand what he's telling you. particularly the initiate. Or the aspirant, sorry.
That's you, Chip.
Our initiate is, our aspirant is rendered mute, apparently.
Sorry.
Oh,
And he is looking over all of you, too. It's like
yeah,
he
well,
wants-
I said earlier, it's just also why we have to go talk to the sheriff.
That's why he's worried, because you hear this and suddenly you want to go talk to somebody.
I need to corroborate something.
All right, so long as you don't go spreading it. And then he smiles
No,
at you.
I'm just corroborating. That's it. I have a theory about who it is. I got to double check.
He smiles at you and goes, okay, good. Just be sure. We'll be on the lookout for this morgue that we're looking for.
You might as well come along, actually. Because I'm not
Oh.
sure.
Mr.
I have
Inscrutable,
a feeling. I have a gut instinct.
Mr. Inscrutable says, oh, well, I will return to the matters of my store. And he vanishes in a puff of smoke. Where did you want to go?
To the sheriff. If I remember correctly, merchant guy in our inn said that his goods are all been impounded.
Yep.
If I remember his story correctly.
Yep. Okay. I will take you back to... All right. And we're just going to start you back in the inn.
Okay.
You going to tell everybody to follow you?
Yes, we're going to talk to the sheriff.
Okay.
What we might need to do is see the body.
Okay.
We'll also need to talk to the sheriff for that, I'm sure. So.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to move these guys over here. I guess you can't move on your own, Matt?
I'm at Foundry is having just the odd quirk with me. I think
will-
I'm having to refresh it.
Move you with Tempest in them.
Thank
You do, alas, get left behind periodically.
I'm a dawdler.
So you enter the prison, and the clerk tries to stop you before you make it to the door and goes, is there something I can help you with?
I need to check something with the sheriff. It's rather important.
What is it?
Well, I would rather speak with him, actually.
She sighs and she's like, wait here. And she goes over, opens the door, and walks through, and shuts the door behind her meaningfully. A few minutes later, the door opens up, and the sheriff goes, follow me. And he brings you into the back. And I will move everybody else up.
We've got a whole crowd of people who all have trouble walking, unfortunately.
Yes, this is becoming a bit of a...
We're
Edit.
all crippled.
Hang on.
there's a lot of places to sit, thankfully.
So everybody enters, and he's a bit impressed to see Bradford coming in. He goes, oh, sir, I didn't know you associated yourself with such rabble. I mean, such company. What can I do for you? And Bradford says, the aspirant here seems to think he's on a lead, so he asked us to follow him. Perhaps you could help us with something. And he waves over to the initiate, or aspirant, and says, go ahead.
Well, I was wondering whether you could corroborate whether a particular merchant's things have been impounded.
Impounded? We haven't impounded anybody's stuff.
Because that is what he told us, I believe, right?
What? Who? Oh, are you asking out of character?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said his stuff was impounded.
Okay. Okay, guys. So I have a theory that I actually know who the Jinn is. By the way, Sheriff, the guy who was who lost his face, was he kind of overweight?
He's a very fat guy, yeah.
Yeah. It's getting very. Okay, brethren, you remember the guy, the merchant at our inn? The one who says, the one who says that all his stuff is impounded, except that it isn't impounded, and also he matches the physical description.
I forgot about him.
Why would... I mean, you could be right. But why would he lie about his stuff being impounded?
Well, that's an excuse for him to stay in town. right? Because he knows that we're traveling through. It'd be weird if a merchant was just hanging out at an inn for no reason.
I think you're onto something there, maybe.
I had to come to
Well,
this
only
conclusion
one way to
without
find
rolling
out,
anything.
Only one way to find out, and that is to go kill him immediately.
That is certainly a way to
Right
go
you
find out.
are.
I'm kidding. We don't have to kill him immediately.
Well, what would you guys like to do?
Kill him immediately.
Kill him.
That is certainly, it's on the table for sure. Do we have any way of finding this ruby thing that we were told that might be relevant here?
Are you asking in character or out of character?
I'm asking in character.
Who are you asking?
I'm asking everybody.
Bradford strokes his chin, but doesn't say anything. Tempest kind of lowers her hat over her eyes and shoots a nervous glance over at Matt.
All right. Well, in that case, I guess the only option is to kill this guy. All right, off we go. All right, Sheriff. We told you what we were doing, so you know. This is your chance to protest.
He's like, hang on. Who are you going to kill now? And Bradford steps in before you can say anything. He says, this is church business. There appears to be some heretical things going on that may be responsible for shenanigans. You're best to stay out of it. And the sheriff goes, yes, sir, and sits back down at his desk and says nothing.
Okay. So I guess the game plan is to get him.
Going back to the inn?
Yep.
Okay.
We're going full Ghostbusters.
Ooh, who are you gonna call?
Yep. Get her, Ray? Really?
Just move you guys straight on over there. Matt's the first one there for a change.
Thank you.
Huzzah.
Won't dawdle in this time at the promise of murder.
All right. You enter, and the only person there is the clerk behind the counter. And she smiles and goes, well, dinner's not going to be for a while now.
You know that merchant that always hung out here?
Oh, yes, he
have
would
you-
stop by and get drinks.
Have you seen him recently?
Sadly, no, I haven't seen him in a couple days.
Well, Drat. Pet the cat.
You run away and pet the cat.
Yes, it's the cat of intelligence raising, which I need.
Okay.
All right, unless someone else has turned up with no face, he's still our best lead. But the problem is, where is he?
You guys are free to ask her any questions you want.
Did he happen to mention where he was going, or has he happened to ever mention where he's staying?
No, not really. He just would come in and he would grab a drink and he would sit by the fireplace, usually for a couple hours every day, but I haven't seen him in about 2 days.
Well, folks, I think I'm out of options here. Anyone else have a good idea?
I'm struggling.
Last time, did he say where he was going?
He said he was going to the merchant's quarter. He said he always does great business there. Or to the merchant's square, not quarter.
I mean, we
I
could
suppose
look
we
around
go to the
there.
Merchant Square then.
Yeah.
Jack says, Akbar voice echoes from the background. It's a trap. Bradford kind of sighs. It's like, so you saw him coming in here often? And the clerk says, yes, he would sit right there by the fireplace. He'd been doing it every day for a week, but maybe he found somewhere he liked to drink better. And Bradford just kind of nods. Oh, well, we are a bit expensive, and merchants usually don't stay here. This is usually for high-level dignitaries, visiting nobles.
Oh, we fit the bill.
Yep.
She kind of grimaces and then smiles.
We fit the bill,
them
right?
apples.
You guys absolutely do not fit the bill.
Yes.
What are you talking about?
You're about the scruffiest people who've probably ever slept in this place.
Nah.
I'm so classy.
We'll only leave a handful of ticks behind. It's fine.
This place is notorious, is famous for not having ticks. You're sleeping on feather beds.
I know. I said that we would only leave a couple of ticks behind.
In fact, the
nothing.
very fact that they allowed you to bring in a troll baby is an immense.
Not to
It
mention
shows
all
you how
our
much
tick.
sway the guild master had. Yeah, like the guild master of the Merchants Guild has tremendous sway. That's why you guys are staying in this place. They normally would have not even allowed you to step in the door.
Friends in high places. Gotta love friends in high places.
Yeah. In the meanwhile, though, we do have a problem in that we do not know where our prime suspect is.
A merchant in the city of merchants.
Yep. Well, a corpulent one, but I mean,
A corpulent chap.
the only other thing I could think is we go to the frickin'
Bradford stops you and says, "All right, it looks like we have lost our prime suspect. So here's what I'd like to see. I'm going to go back and talk to the sheriff. Give me a description of this gentleman. And did he give you a name?
Yes, which I can't remember, but he did.
Anybody remember his name?
Any of the players remember
Yes.
his name?
No.
All right,
I never approached him really.
Oh no, I talked to him a lot.
just
I'm pretty sure my
breakfast,
character would
yeah.
know, but I don't. The player, I don't know his name.
all of you roll for intelligence. See if anybody
Oh
remembers.
no.
I'll see if I overheard it, but I don't think I wouldn't have been anywhere near. Maybe I did overhear it though. Who knows?
So, Matt, you're the only one who would remember that he called himself Daniel.
Daniel? Was it Daniel?
Bradford nods. Daniel, are you sure about that?
I think so. Yeah.
Very well. I'll go back and talk with the sheriff. We'll see if we can give people a description. You guys gave him a vague description, I'm sure. Well, you gave him a description of him. He's like,
Yeah.
I will see if we can find anybody going by that name and see if we can track his movements. If you guys know anybody else who might be able to help, now might be a good time to ask. We need somebody who might have some idea of what flows in this town. Someone who might have an idea where a fist-sized fire opal would be.
Fist-sized fire opal.
Yeah, fairly distinctive.
That's a very. It's almost like a band name, like for a group of,
It's pretty
like
sick.
for a travelling troupe. You might, Arnie. You might have a thought about that if this bard in Lark takes off. Fist-sized fire opals.
I'm drawing a blank.
I'm going to do something a little odd. Everybody roll intelligence one more time.
Oh no. The only other place that possibly it would be like the magic
Oh, just
folks, maybe.
intelligence. Oh, well, we're just supposed to roll.
Yeah, just an
last
intelligence ability check. You did it.
time. Last time was hello.
So
Last time I did something silly. I rolled investigation instead.
Matt,
Oh.
Molly, and Togepi would instantly think that maybe the head of the guild of merchants might be able to give you some insight as to who might be trading a fist-sized fire opal, because he is the head of the people who would be trading that stuff around, and that would not go unnoticed by a bunch of people who make money for a living.
Oh.
That's true.
I guess. Do we want to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, so Tempest and Tempest and Bradford have gone to the sheriff's office. You guys are free to go to the Merchants Guild.
I've lost me. Where have I gone?
Uh-oh.
All right.
I'm in
Well,
the dark.
actually, yes. Where are you? You're not inside or outside.
Oh, I accidentally deleted you.
I just disappeared into the shadows. I'm in the shadow realm.
You are. You've been banished by
Put you
freaking
down here by the door. You were just that fast. You got
Aha.
down there quicker.
I'm actually here. Are we going down, yeah? South?
Hmm. It would be south of your guild.
Right, south of
No,
our
wait.
guild.
South of our guild, meaning like over there.
So you are in front of the Merchants Guild building.
Ah,
Right.
now.
So up here and then over.
No, so it's south of your guild.
Oh, is this not our guild building over here?
So your guild building is the one that is to the northeast of you. The prison and sheriff's office is to the north of you, and the building immediately to the south of the prison is the Merchants Guild.
Right.
Am I in it?
Yeah, Matt's in it.
Hey. Hi, Rick.
Oh man, I can't.
Yeah, that's the back door.
I can't see
Whoops.
anything because of my stupid interface. Because the friggin' thing I can't see. Oh, okay. There, I think I
I'm just
got
gonna
it.
bring you all in here.
Okay.
I do like making these big maps, but they seem to be causing a problem.
Well, it's only because I don't have a mouse. If I had a mouse, I could probably zoom in and out and everything, but unfortunately, I don't. So,
So the clerk looks at you and goes, "Oh, did you need to talk to Gil again?"
Actually, well,
Gil was
I
the
can
head of the
speak to you.
Merchants Guild. Yes.
oh, yes, ma'am, if we're able to.
Very well. And she walks through the door. And wait right there. A few minutes later, Gil, you would know it's proper etiquette. So
yes.
Gil comes to the door and says, "Follow me."
All right.
All right.
Cat, for luck. There we go.
Where's he gone? I vault over the desk. Arnie looks a little bit drunk. He's tilted to the side for some reason.
Yeah, every time I try to zoom in or out, it ends up rolling the character, or it doesn't always, but it sometimes doesn't, and I can't control when it decides to do one or the other. So, whoop.
All right, as soon as you're in, he shuts the door. And he resumes his seat. And he says, "All right, what you need?"
Well, we need. Well, we're wondering if anyone has been messing around trying to sell a fire opal.
Fire opal. Fire opals come in here all the time. What's so unique about a fire opal?
Well, this one was pretty big,
About how big?
fist sized.
Fist size.
Fist sized.
And he stops and starts thinking. He's like, "I don't think any of those have been traded around here. The only one I can think of is the one that was being worn by the Lord's heir. He was gifted a rather large gem shortly after his parents died."
Ah. Was it about fist sized?
It's a big one. It's probably the biggest one I've ever seen.
That might be what we're looking for.
It may well be.
Does this have to do with the business we were talking about when you guys got here? He's the one who gave you the job, so he would know.
It's yeah, it's along those lines.
Well, what have you found?
Who
What
wants
is
to bring
it?
up to you guys?
Well, we found that a chap named Daniel, trader, he may be not what he appears.
Daniel. Odd name for this area.
Big fella,
Overweight.
Artemis.
I mean, he laughs and smacks his own stomach. Merchants in general, it's the life.
Yeah, but I can give a more detailed physical description.
All right. You're going to give
Go
him
on, I never looked at him. I just knew he was a big fella. Go on.
Are you going to give him a description?
Yes.
Okay. You give him a description, and he pats his chin and says, I can't say I've remembered anybody like that, but I'll get word round the guild, see if anybody's seen anything like that. Why are you looking for this guy? You think he's the one responsible for all this?
We have reason to suspect that he is, yes.
Mind telling me how that's connected to some piece of jewelry that the Lord's kid owns?
Church business prevents us from going into further details.
Well, I'll tell you right now, you're going to have a hard time getting to the little lordling. I mean, so we finally set a date for that funeral for his parents. We have to. I mean, the bodies are getting ripe at this point. So the funeral is going to be held in about in a week's time. We're doing everything we can to preserve it. I wish I had some clarity that this stuff was going to end before then. Do you think we're going to be able to end this madness before then? He's asking you guys for some kind of clarification as to what's going on.
Yeah.
If this lead pans out, maybe.
Maybe.
Can't promise anything, but we are getting to the bottom of it.
Well, I still have no idea what these two things have to do with each other, but okay. Well, we can try to keep an eye out for this Daniel guy.
Yep, keep an eye out for him.
Okay. Anything else?
I think that was it.
That was it.
Yeah,
All right.
agreed.
So you guys think you got this licked, huh?
I wouldn't go quite that far, but we're hot on the trail.
Well, you've done more than most of the other people I brought in for this. Keep me apprised. And with that,
Will do.
he opens the door and shows you all out.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it.
All right.
Well. I think I am at time.
All right. All right. Well,
Probably a good place to stop anyway.
yeah, I haven't. You guys got a lot more done in the main segment of this than I thought you were going to get done.
Haha.
I give you all credit. So now you all know you're looking for a devil that can grant wishes.
Exciting.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. I will end the session there. Good night, everyone.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Thanks for
Bye-bye,
joining.
bye-bye.
All right. Waiting for that to